Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live channel reviews. If you're watching live, drop a hashtag live down below. If you're watching the replay, drop a hashtag replay. I'm really excited to be reviewing everyone's channel who registered today. If you would like me to review yours, there is a form down below, and fill that out and include your channel link and also your website link, because I'm going to be reviewing not only your channels, but also your funnels. So it's important that you use that form. And let me know if you can hear me okay. I know in the past we've had some issues with echoes and things like that. Oh, right when I said that, there was a little bit of an echo. So let me know if you can hear me okay. And I think we're just going to get started right away. So I always start this with a little presentation just so that you understand how YouTube works, especially if you're treating it like a business. Hey, Diana, really nice to see you. Awesome. I sound great. Glad to hear it. So as we're waiting for some people to trickle in, I'm going to give you a little overview of YouTube and business. It won't take too long. And if you are here live when I start the reviews, I will favor you first. So be sure to stick around. And even if I'm not reviewing your channel, there is a lot to learn by hearing the critiques that others give. So let me just pull up my presentation, share screen. By the way, everyone, I'm using StreamYard. It's really great for presentations like this, very easy to use. Never had any major issues with it. Alrighty, so let's get started. So if you don't know, just in a nutshell, my background is that I had a 4-year TEDx intern during college. That's where I learned all about YouTube and branding, got trained by Tony Robbins. That's where I learned about business, put the two together, started my business in my college dorm room, and now I am a Kajabi expert. I built a 6-figure business around this channel purely from organic traffic, no paid ads, and I'm here to help you to do the same with your area of expertise. So how this will work. Again, you must have filled out the form down below for me to consider your channel. Again, I will favor those who are here live. If I am not reviewing yours, still pay attention and take notes. And again, I do recommend that you have a pad and paper out, and this recording will be available. Just go to my channel underneath the live tab and you can always refer to it. Many of you in the past have asked how to leave a tip. I did put a link down below, but know that this is not expected, but it is appreciated. Alrighty, at the end, I'm going to tell you more about my YouTube Business Accelerator. This is a high-level mentorship program where I will help you to maximize the sales of your courses, coaching, and memberships by optimizing your web pages and also your YouTube content. So I offer group and private support and also some done-for-you services. Alrighty, so let's begin this with an analogy. So I want you to think of your YouTube channel like a house. When people visit your house, they're going to gain an instant first impression, and then they're going to decide if they want to stick around, keep revisiting, invite others, and eventually invest in whatever it is that you're offering. They will if your messaging and branding is clear and appealing. They understand what problem you solve and for who. They receive value from your content, and they get to know, like, and trust you as the expert. So in today's live, I'm going to help you to establish a sturdy foundation around your channel and ensure that your audience understands your channel's purpose and also your business's purpose. So these are the components of your house. I will critique. If many of you know me, I'm very into metaphors. So I literally think of YouTube like a house, and we have your niche and your content pillars. And so these are like this is the foundation of your house. Banner gives an instant first impression. You got your profile photo. This is a representation of you. We got your thumbnails, your trailer. This is like you standing at the front door of your house, greeting people, giving a first good impression. We've got your playlists. We got your content strategy and consistency. So here I do have long form thumbnails, but you also want to consider shorts, podcasts, maybe going live, posting on the community tab. There's a lot that YouTube offers. And then also I'm going to be reviewing the links to your funnel, because we want this house to lead people towards your paid products and services. And so I will be reviewing that as well today as a bonus. So let's see who goes first. Let me stop sharing. Let me go back here. Awesome. So who wants to go first? Alrighty, I see some people in the chat here. So I'm going to see who says first. Who wants to go first? Otherwise, I am going to draw from my little bowl right here. Let's see who wants to go first. I'm gonna do, who is that? I think that's This is 50 podcast. Okay, I'll do you first. I believe, let me pull you up here. I have everyone's link here. Yep, I have you, Lynette. Awesome. I have your YouTube channel link. Let me pull up your website, LynetteTurner.com. Alrighty, everyone. So even if I'm not reviewing you, again, still pay attention because there is a lot to learn here. Okay, let's share screen. And everyone, I do encourage you to give critiques to each other. Just remember to keep it friendly. Remember, this is constructive criticism. We're learning and growing together. This is not a place to hurt anyone's feelings. So, alrighty, let's share screen. So here we have Lynette. This is 50 podcast. Interesting. This is 50 podcast. So immediately, I don't know if you noticed, Lynette, but I kind of leaned in a little bit when I looked at this because this is a bit hard to read. This text right here, freedom through passions. So it's very thin, and also it doesn't really stand out against that colored background. So I would either recommend that you make it bolder or change the color because it appears like you are working with women over 50. And just as a general rule of thumb, their vision isn't always the best. Even me, I don't have good vision and I'm 20. So that could be for anyone, but do you see how hard it is to read this? And then another thing as well is this goes for everyone. It's generally not wise to use cursive in the banner just because, I don't know if you knew this, but they don't teach cursive in school as well anymore. And there's actually been studies that shows even those who know cursive, it takes a little bit more time for them to read it. Here, let me just pull up the live chat on my phone because I want to be able to engage with Lynette if she has any questions. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Diana said 58 years old, so I'll be subscribing for sure. Awesome, Diana. Yeah, everyone, if you are interested in each other's niches, feel free to subscribe as we're doing this. Alrighty, so Lynette, I have your comments pulled up if you want to engage with me. One of the things I wanted to do was drop this is 50 and rebrand as freedom through passions. I would agree with rebranding. When I first saw this is 50 podcast. Like, I don't know, something about this is 50 podcast. I don't know, this doesn't like really roll off the tongue and it's not super clear grammatically, if you know what I mean. Be brutally honest, I love feedback. Okay, good. I've worked with some people who are a little bit sensitive with this, but I love that idea of rebrand as freedom through passions. Yeah, that's good too. Freedom through passions. I think we could be a little bit more specific because when people land on this, you have to realize, everyone, that the banner, the name of your channel, and this first sentence in your about section is people's first impressions. And so looking at this, I don't know immediately what you do. There's a lot of brain calories that I have to use because when people land on a channel, they want to do two things with their brain. First, they want to conserve calories and they want to know, how can I survive and thrive? And so I'm looking here. This is 50 takes and honest. See, this isn't grammatically like I'm a little bit confused here. This is 50 takes an honest look at women. You see, even when I say it, how it even sounds a little bit off. This is 50 takes an honest look at women over 50 who are making shit happen. Okay, so I think after you hearing me say that out loud, you could see that this needs some smoothing out. I still don't exactly know what you do because you have to realize that when people invest time in a YouTube channel, they have to know why they're investing time. If they don't know what you do for them, they're not going to take the time to watch your videos. I like to make shit happen isn't quite specific for me. Like, make what happen? Like things in your finances, things in your health, your wealth, your relationships. Like what? Like I'm not exactly sure what your niche is. I know who you're trying to serve, which is women over 50, but I don't know what problem. So let's make that really clear in the banner. Let's make this really easy to read, and you will get people returning to your house. Remember I talked about the house? We want people returning to your house. We want them telling their friends about it, but they won't if this isn't crystal clear. All right, so your photo looks great. Yeah, everyone, this is a great photo. Notice how we can make out her facial features. It's clear. I do notice that you have the same photo here as in the banner. Sometimes it's good to switch that up just because it's a bit repetitive. Like on mobile, your face is going to be like right next to each other and it's not as visually appealing. The intent is for midlife women to find inspo in others and maybe take the action. What does that mean? I think we may have a couple women in the chat who are over 50. if you want to like give feedback on if that's clear, to find inspo in others and maybe take the action. I don't really know what that means. Like find inspiration in others, clear in the banner who you serve and the problem you solve. Jonta thinks it's clear. Let's look at the about section. Let's see if we have some more insights here. Should happen host Lynette Turner interviews her guests about, oh, okay, cool. So this is an interview channel about their personal and professional successes, failures, dreams, and everything in between. Lynette covers topics like finding a purpose, balancing motherhood. Okay, so this is clear. This right here is clear. Like finding a purpose, balancing motherhood and ambition, building a successful business and side hustle, and finding the courage to reinvent a lifelong career. Okay, so this is much more specific. This one, now I see what you're the expert in. So I encourage you, Lynette, to define your content pillars. So your niche is really personal development from what it sounds like. And your pillars are motherhood, successful business, and that ties into career. Maybe we can have another one just for inspiration and motivation. So yeah, this is much clearer. I would love for this to be on the banner, like your 3 pillars, so people know more clearly what you do. Okay, yeah, that's really good advice, Chanta. Yeah, Lynn, I see what Chanta put in the chat. That's really good insights. And it's nice. I like when we're doing this in a group because it's nice when we have each other's avatars in the chat giving direct feedback, because you all know I'm not a woman over 50, but I'm still giving you my best insight, and it's just nice to hear it as well from others. Alrighty, so one thing I recommend is let's put your website front and center. Here we have Instagram, Spotify, podcasts. Let's really put your website towards the top because YouTube displays that first link. And so you're going to drive more traffic to your website by simply doing that. This goes for everyone. You want your websites toward the top because we're treating our channels like a business. This is how we stand out from other YouTubers, is that we're offering other things to help people beyond just a video. So let's really put that at the forefront. And then another thing as well, this goes for everyone as well. I do recommend you have your business email in the channel details. You can add that in your YouTube studio. I can't tell you how many times people emailed me because they wanted to get interviewed or they wanted me to be on their podcast. Literally this morning, I had someone reach out saying they wanted to be on my podcast. Potential clients reach out to me. It's something you want to have. And I emphasize business email, not your personal one. Oh, okay. So your website needs rebranding. We're going to talk about your website in a second here. Let's focus on your content. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's look at your thumbnails. Again, so we're targeting women over 50, and notice how text here is very thin and small. You need to realize that majority of people, over 70%, view this on a mobile device. So it's really going to look like this for them. Wow, I can't read any of that. If this is on my phone, I would be like, there's no way I can read that. This does affect your click-through rate. That's the percentage of people who click on it when they see it. Thus, it decreases how many people hear your message and how many people get to know, like, and trust you. So this is a little thing, but it makes the biggest difference ever. So what I would recommend is that, how many videos do you have? Okay, you have 112. It sounds tedious, but I would recommend changing these thumbnails because think of these like books on a shelf at a library. Don't think that these books are never going to get read again. If you adjust the title and the thumbnail and the description with more keywords, these can actually pick up. I've done that with my own videos too. I've changed old thumbnails and videos just started to pick up. So we want these ranking in search. And another thing as well is I notice how you put a lot of text in your thumbnails. We want 3 to 5 intriguing words. And I'm noticing as well that for many of these, you're repeating the same text in the thumbnail and the title, but it's better for these two to complement each other. So psychologically, people look at a thumbnail and they read the text, they look at the images, and if it's intriguing, they'll read the title, and then if the two complement each other, then they'll click on it. So for example, unlock your potential with an Olympian's inspiring story. So something like this can be unbelievable story from an Olympian. that can go on the thumbnail, and then we can have a bigger and clearer image of these people. If you want, on my channel, look at underneath my podcast tabs. I brought people on my show, and we're very big. We're taking up practically this whole thumbnail, and then we have big text in the middle, and people can actually make up the faces and read the text on there. Do you think I need photos on the thumbnails? Yes, I would recommend photos on the thumbnails. I would put human faces like you're doing. I would just make them bigger if you can. I would make them bigger. Again, let me pull up some of mine. I just want you to see a good example. I know I described it, but I just really want you to see it. Okay, so let's take this one for example. Present. Share screen. Okay, give me 1 second. So look at this right here. You see how we're big? You see how we take up most of the space and the text takes it up as well? It's very easy to read. We want that for you as well. And no, you don't need the title of the podcast on there. It doesn't really accomplish anything, and it creates more noise. Especially, I see here you have names under here, but again, this is all noise. All of this, especially like people can't read it, and that's not going to be a factor that causes them to click. So no, you don't need that. It's not necessary that we put 45, episode 45. You could say it in the video. You could say, welcome to episode 45, but on the thumbnail and title, it's not what gets people to click. Alrighty, so let me look here. Let me look at your homepage. I would recommend a trailer. Let me subscribe to you, by the way. I do recommend a trailer. If you remember, that's like you standing at the front door of your house, giving a good first impression. I would just have that video be you. I would welcome people to the channel and explain to them what your channel is about, what your content pillars are, what problem you solve, and for who. I do recommend playlists. So if you have your pillars, I recommend that we have a playlist on motherhood, playlist on ambition, and another one on side hustles. Again, these are like books at a library, and playlists are like organizing them onto different shelves. I have one. It's way down there. So if you had playlists, it would show, like you would have a playlists tab. So I don't think you customize playlists. This is YouTube's default videos. This isn't like a truly customized playlist. So yeah, YouTube, it would show a whole playlist tab if you customize them on your own. Alrighty, so we talked about playlists. Let me look at your descriptions. So unfortunately, I don't have the time to watch everyone's videos. I would just be sitting here all day, but I do want to critique you here. Okay, so notice how there's no links here. We have Instagram, but notice how we don't have a link to the website. I know you said that you need to rebrand. However, know that this doesn't need to be perfect. I wish I had a copy of my first funnel, my first webpage, because it wasn't good. But people got to know, like, and trust me, and they still went to the page. They still click the buttons. So as long as you have clickable buttons, let's see. Yeah, you can get people on your email list with a free guide. What is this? Whatever this is, we can get. And again, this does need improvement, but we can still drive traffic there. I'm going to come back to the website in a second. How to embrace your body at any age. How to embrace your body at any age. I think having better keywords would be great as well. You got to really put yourself in these people's shoes and think, are they really going to be typing in how to embrace your body at any age? They're probably typing in things more specific, such as how do I be more confident? How do I deal with wrinkles? How do I fit in a bikini? Okay, those are like very specific, but I just want you to see like those keywords likely have more search volume versus this. So clear is better than clever. So that's what I have to say about that. I'm glad you're engaging with me in the comments, by the way, Lynette. Okay, so I see you're posting shorts, and that's great. Most I'll say about this is just remember to give value, have calls to actions, and be consistent with this. When it comes to shorts, the main things that matter is the description and the tags don't matter. Title is mainly what matters, and also if people are watching from beginning to end. So this video, this one people watch from beginning to end. And there was a keyword in here that put it into the shorts feed, and that's why I got good traction. Something else I want you to consider is going live more and posting in the community tab. Yes, keywords. So keywords as it relates to the specific episode. Yes. We wanted to relate to the specific video. I encourage you to go live and also to post in the community tab. And I'm telling you, especially if you're driving people to the website, you're going to get much more engagement because you get to interact with people like I'm doing with you right now. You're going to build deeper relationships, and this channel is going to feel more like a community. I'm going to go over this very briefly because I know you said that you're rebranding, and I'm sure many of this will change as it is. To go live. Okay, so to go live, you can use StreamYard. And don't overcomplicate it. You could even just go live. Like look at me right here. If I click here and I click go live, I can just go live. Don't overcomplicate this, everyone. This is all it is. It's a click of a button. You can go live on your computer's webcam or on your phone. And yeah, you can even go live in the shorts feed. You have over 50 subscribers, so you can do this. You could just pull up your phone, hit live, and go live on there. And it's very easy to do. And shorts lives are a little bit different than long form lives. Shorts lives go into the shorts feed, whereas lives streams to your specific audience. You could even tell people about it. Like for this live, I told people I was going live so that they could tune in, or they could watch the replay afterwards. So I know you said you're going to change this and that you're rebranding. So I'm sure you have plans for this, but I just want you to know to make sure that you have a clear headline that explains what problem you solve and for who. Could be as simple as, I help women over 50 to balance motherhood, reignite their ambition, and build a successful business. You could even be specific about the business, like what kind of business? An e-commerce business, an Etsy business, a YouTube business, a course business. There's many different kinds, and it'd be helpful if you were specific. You can work with me in 2 ways: individual, corporations, build a better company culture. Interesting. I think you could even offer just one-time strategy sessions or have people apply to work with you. You can even, if you're offering mentorship, you can even have them fill out some type of form. How about my YouTube Reels? Okay, I got you, Diana. Form idea to first client. I'm just reading through your stuff. Yes, going to drop off all the corporate. Okay, so you're going to drop off all the corporate stuff. Cool. Well, my tagline is form idea to first client, start your side hustle. That's more of a slogan. That's more of like a tagline is very clear and specific. Like, I help person, in your case, woman over 50, solve problem or reach desire. It's a little bit more concrete versus like a slogan's a little bit more catchy, a little bit more clever. So yeah, that's the main thing for you. Again, I know you're rebranding this, but let's really have some solid offers on here with some solid value. So if you have a mentorship program, be clear on what problems those solve and what desires it helps people achieve. And again, I can go on about this, but I would make a landing page. Let me just show you mine, for example. Like, I would make a landing page for your stuff. So if people click on something, there's one page, and you could just share one offer to people in your YouTube videos. So let's say you had something like this, and then let's say you, in your video, said, join my membership. Then you could put the specific landing page in there. It's better to drive someone to a landing page versus a home page because it's more like, it makes the process more seamless. Alrighty, Lynette, I would love to hear your thoughts on how you found this. Feel free to email me, letting me know. And if you would like help with the rebrand, just feel free to reach out. Happy to have a conversation with you about that. Cool. Who wants to go next? Good session. Good session, Lynette. Alrighty, I'm gonna wait for the next comment. Whoever wants to go. Sounds good, Lynette. Chanta. Ooh, we had 2 people comment at the same time. Okay, so yes, we'll do Choosing Love, Chanta, and then Diana. Alrighty, so that was a very close one. Everyone, you all commented at the exact same second, but you were milliseconds apart. So I only want to be fair. Alrighty, I used to just pull these out of a bowl, but now I'm favoring those who are here live. So we have, so you're choosing love. You are Caden Scott. That's what I have you under. Caden Scott. And then you have a Stan store. Alrighty, let's do you next. Okay, share screen. Again, everyone, even if I'm not reviewing you, still pay attention and take notes because there's a ton of value. And I'm gonna give advice, for example, right here, and it's going to apply for you as well. I'm sorry, I see like a man and a woman. So, okay, so you're Caden. I'm gonna be talking to Caden, but I know it seems like you have a partner. So whoever's here, I'll talk to both of you at the same time. It looks like this is a partner channel. So here we have, awesome. I'm glad to hear it. I love the orange. Okay, choosing love. I like the color scheme because it's like, we got like a fiery red and a fiery orange. And then I love the glasses. Mindset shifts, life passion, self-betterment. Okay, this is Caden. Okay, so we have Daisy and Caden. Okay, good. I like to know names. Alrighty, so choosing love, mindset shifts, life passion, and self-betterment. That's so interesting. I never heard that synonym. I usually hear self-improvement or personal development. I never heard self-betterment. That's so interesting. I know there's a lot of synonyms to that, but I just never heard of self-betterment. It makes sense. I know what it means. I just never heard of it. Interesting. So it's clear, like, I have an idea of what you do, but it's not as like concrete. Like life passion, like that could be anything. I could be passionate about skipping rocks, at the ocean, and like what is like life passion? Like all of life passion, self-betterment. Again, I'm not like, I have a sense of what you do, but it's not 100% clear to me what problem you're solving and for who. What makes it a little bit more. So honestly, when I look at this, I'm guessing it's romantic love because I'm seeing a man and a woman, and I'm seeing these heart glasses, and this looks like a partnership. Even when I'm looking at your thumbnails, I'm seeing children in here. So this looks like a parenting channel. So let's say that it was that. Let's say that this was about parenting. I would put more of a tagline in there. Something like teaching parents how to shift their mindset. I'm trying to think. Shift their mindset, but even that's kind of vague. Helping parents to improve their mindset around parenting, live their passions, and I think we could be clear on the self-betterment. Let me dive into this further. Okay, let's zoom into this. Oops. Why isn't it letting me zoom in? Come on. I guess I'll have to do it manually. Okay, for those who feel numb or stuck, remember everyone that YouTube shows that first line. So is this for anyone who feels numb or stuck in life? When I say anyone, I'm referring both to demographics and psychographics. Demographics is this for parents and non-parents? Any ages? Is this for people in any country? Do you know what I mean? Like, who is this really for? It's actually about love for life, not parenting, haha. But I can definitely see why you would think that. Yeah, that's why I share it with you. And that's why it's good to get an outside perspective, because remember that your channel is like a house and these first impressions matter. These pictures, these colors, the words are all sending subconscious messages to people. So you see how I thought about it as like your love life and parenting. So, but it is love for life. Okay. So being passionate about life. Gotcha. Let's see. For those who feel numb or stuck in life, I think we could be a little bit more clear on this. I think having a solid tagline, I would really encourage you to explore, who do you really want to reach with this channel? Because if you try to help everyone, you end up reaching no one. If you're like, oh yeah, this is for anyone of any age, of any gender, whether they're married or not, then it's not as effective. We want people to see you as the expert in something. When people think of Caden, they want to think of what you're the expert in. You see that? Even with Lynette before, we thought of Lynette. Oh, she teaches about motherhood, side hustles. You see how those words immediately come? And those words aren't immediately coming from the get-go. So yeah, I would recommend a clear tagline. And I think this is something that you two need to ponder together, because even by niching down, even if you decided, okay, hypothetically, we want to help parents who have children, awesome. Now you can make content for those people, because if one day you're posting this video about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you might attract entrepreneurs. And let's say I like that and I subscribe to you, but then the next day this pops up on my feed and I see the kid, a more fun alternative. A more fun alternative to what? Trusting the process. Trusting what process? What does that really mean? Like trusting what process for what? Like trusting any process could, like, that's very general. Point is that if I subscribe to you because I'm an entrepreneur and I like this and I see this, I might think, oh wait, is he reaching out to parents? That's not me. Unsubscribe. So this isn't just for the algorithm's sake. You have to think that you're working less with an algorithm and you're working more with human psychology. Psychologically, I'm getting a lot of parenting vibes from this. So that's something that you may want to sit with and ponder together of who you really want to reach. Alrighty, so lucky thoughts. Feel free to fill out the form down below in the description, and I'm happy to review yours if you meet the criteria. Awesome. So moving on with you. And by the way, if anyone wants to share any insights with Caden, feel free to. This is a group effort. So profile photo, that looks good. I like this. You may decide that you want to show both of your faces in there, and that can work good as well. So when it comes to profile photos, you could have a logo. Oh, that's cool. Did you mean to put your first initial in there for Caden? Maybe not. Anyway, so you might decide that you want to have both your faces in there because let me show you something. When people look for, oh wait, it's not showing for me. Yeah, when people look on YouTube, it's not showing it in this moment. But usually it shows like the subscribers on the side. And so sometimes people try to find your faces in the profile photos. So let me know if that makes sense. Okay, C is for choosing love. Gotcha, okay. Alrighty, let's look at your thumbnails here. So I talked about these a little bit. I think that, again, it could just be a little bit more specific. So no one's really going to YouTube and typing in like how to trust the process or how to find the gift in every moment. I think we could just be clear with our with our keywords. Something such as how to be more present, how to find more gratitude. That would be more clear. I'm telling you, everyone, clear is better than clever. Would you rather pick a book off the shelf that's clear or clever? If it's too clever, then you're not exactly sure what it's about. And people are actually taking a risk by clicking on it because they don't really know if it's for them. You have to realize that people are choosing, why should I invest my time in this video? And if they don't see the value of what they're going to get from it, they're not going to click it. Your mom was right. It's a damn phone reacting to Cole. Okay, so this one did good because there was a keyword in there. Cole Hastings, he's a very well-known YouTuber. So that's why this went right. And your mom was right. Yeah, that one's different. I think we could just be more, we could be a little bit more like niche. Like if I was subscribed to you, I would never know what to expect. Like these are all very different types of videos. Cole Hastings, being present, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I mean, these are all very different. And I also think that we can have a more consistent style. Chanta's absolutely right. If it takes more brain cells to determine if they want it, then they won't. They have to know like right away what the value is. So self-constant, instant boost, interesting. Satisfaction and desire, manifesting in the car. I'm just reading some of these. Some of these are a bit clear. Avoidance behavior. Like this one has more keywords, which is why it did a little bit more decent than some of these others. But how to overcome, someone might type in how to overcome, I don't know if avoidance behavior is a keyword. I think it might be. Managing fear. So this one, again, I don't know what you're talking about in the video, but it looks like you might be managing fear. Like this looks like in a relationship. And so if that's the case, you would want to put managing fear in a romantic relationship. Maybe like how to deal with cold feet. Again, I didn't watch this video, but I encourage you, Caden, and I forget your partner's name. I like to know names. Caden and Daisy. I encourage you before you post a video to like really sit with it and think, okay, is this clear? Can people tell immediately what the value is? You're doing good with putting about 3 words in here and not overcrowding this. But again, I don't think people know immediately what it's about. You see how your most popular video people knew? Negative thoughts, 6 strategies to silence imposter syndrome and self-doubt. There's clear keywords in here. Dead inside. These Also, it's very apparent that these thumbnails are doing better than the snapshot in the car. Having one face in the thumbnail, sometimes two, but these car snapshots don't seem to be working. They seem a little bit, I don't want to say unprofessional, but a little bit too like a bit casual. I don't know. That's not the right word, but it just doesn't look as clean as these videos. So that's my recommendation. Kids are attractive to get people to click. I get what you're saying. Maybe holding a child could be better versus little kid being in the back. Be careful when you're filming videos, by the way, please. I see you're filming and driving with the kid in the back seat. I tell my clients, some of them ask me before, should I film in the car while I'm driving? And I'm just like, please watch for your safety. Okay, so that's what I'll say about that. Let me look at something here. Okay. Subscribe, download your free guide. Okay, so I see that you're promoting a free guide. That's really great. Just remember in the video to tell people to click the link down below to access the free guided manifesting session. You want to actually tell people, because it's rare that people are just going to go and just purchase something without them knowing about it. I would encourage you, if this isn't done already, to, when they download the free thing, have an email sequence in place that leads to a paid thing. So I see you have mugs. Okay. I would encourage you to brainstorm what you can offer, because I'm seeing the only thing that's really for sale is these mugs. Personalized video. Not really sure. Okay, so this is something else. Oh, okay, we have a book a one-on-one session. Okay, yeah, I would encourage you to start telling your audience, hey, if you get value from my videos, book a session down below and have this link easily accessible towards the top. That's really what this is, everyone. Like, that's like when I started my channel, I wasn't getting a ton of views because I just started, but I just told people, I said, click the link down below to buy my course. It comes with a bonus 1-hour call. And in those calls, I started making bigger offers to people because people wanted to continue to work with me. That was really it. I didn't have the perfect thumbnails or titles. I mean, no one really does. And you can, as long as people know, like, and trust you, I'm telling you, this can be such a big stream of revenue for you. Too many options on the same page. I agree with that. There are a lot of options on this page. And so it's better to direct people directly to one of them. Let's see, shorts. You could be a little bit more consistent with shorts. Be careful, everyone, because there's some advice from people that says, like, oh, like, shorts hurt your channel. As long as you're balancing them out with long form, it's fine. Because there's two separate algorithms working through your channel. There's, like, the long form one is different than the shorts one. And so if you just post shorts, then it could harm your channel if you don't post long forms, because when you eventually post a long form, it's not going to get as many views because, again, it's like two separate algorithms in place on the same channel. But if you have them both working for you, then you can get subscribers and it can lead to sales. I get a bunch of people downloading freebies through shorts. So shorts, for everyone listening, when you post shorts, it's not as effective to offer something that's paid. If you say in a short, buy my $400 program, people are going to be like, whoa, that's a bit of a jump. But saying to download my free guide, or I forget what you have for free, your free manifesting guide, yeah, then you're going to get more traction with that. It'll grow your email list. If you have an email list with an email sequence, boom, leads and sales on autopilot. Beautiful. You have playlists and you're doing a good job. You have law of attraction, driving snippets. That doesn't tell me what the value is. So if you say, like, something else, like hypothetically parenting advice, that would be a little bit more tangible, and that tells me why I should click it. I know you're not talking about that in there. I was just giving an example. Okay, let's see. Would you recommend changing the thumbnails for the driving videos? I would recommend it. I would, yeah. Especially now, like, you don't have a ton of thumbnails. You have about 34 videos. It's less because these count shorts. I would change it. I'm telling you, I changed my old thumbnails for some of my videos, and literally when you do that, YouTube automatically starts giving it more impressions, and it'll see if it made, like, if the changes made a difference. So I would adjust your thumbnails and some of your titles. 1000%. Cool. Awesome. You're using the community tab. This is what I meant, Lynette, if you're still here. So notice how he's posting photos. Let me zoom out again. Posting photos, text updates. I see some polls in here. You're doing really great with this. Keep this up because this engages your audience. It starts conversations. It builds connection. You get to learn about them. So yeah, Kaden, that's about all I have for you. But one last thing I'll give you is, again, really brainstorm what you can offer to your audience to help them beyond just a video. Mugs are great, but could it really help someone to choose love, to have more love in their life? Probably not. Probably not. So really ponder that with Daisy. And if you want more help, just let me know. Just reach out. I mean, just some ideas for you. You could be offering like a low ticket recurring membership. You could be offering one-on-one. That's what I did at first. I was selling these 3-month one-on-one packages for $3,000 to $5,000 when I just started. And that's what got me off the ground. And that's, you see, like that's what some people earn in a job. And it wasn't like 53 people, picture a room of 53 people. I guarantee that one of them is willing to buy a $3,000 to $5,000 package from you, or many of them are willing to join a membership or purchase a course. If you want, we can brainstorm more. Feel free to email me if you want, but yeah, I'm just giving you some ideas to work with from here. Awesome. Who wants to go next? I know, Zan, that you're ready. I think some people, they said before you that they want to go next. Chanta said first that she wants to go next, but I will do Diana and then you, Zan. Alrighty, Zan the man. Don't worry, Zan, there's a lot to learn from these other channel reviews, so take good notes. I was looking at your channel and I'm excited to review it because I think we post some similar content about Kajabi. But Chanta is next. Let me pull up Chanta's YouTube and then let me pull up your website. Oh, it says the site can't be reached. That's not good. So I went to chantahaines.com and it says the site can't be reached. No bueno. Maybe you got a new domain. But that's the thing, everyone. This breaks my heart. But I can't tell you how many times I've done these reviews and I've told people, like they come to me and they're like, Ari, I wonder why no one's going to the website or no one's buying this thing. And then I look at their links and it's not working. Or the button on the landing page isn't working. So everyone, like, really check your stuff. Like, go through your own videos and click the links, make sure that they work, and click your own buttons to make sure that they work. And I've been guilty of it too. I've had links not work and I had people message me about it. So it's like, don't beat yourself up if you make that error, but just get in the habit of double checking. I don't know what the situation is with you, Chanta. Maybe you changed your domain. Maybe this is old. But let's see. Oh, this one works. Interesting. The other one didn't work. Okay, never mind. I take that back. That was still good feedback for the rest of you, to always check your links. So, alrighty. So no panicking. I don't know why I did that. Hold on. I opened it up in a different browser. Yeah, let me show you what I'm seeing. Because I'm just hoping no one else experiences this. Chanta, yeah, I went to your site here and it wasn't working, but then, all right, whatever. We're just gonna move on. Alrighty, so heart to heart truth with Dr. Chanta Haines. Okay, so again, I'm struggling to read cursive. This, like, is this a J or a T? So I'm sorry I scared you. I didn't mean to scare you. I apologize for that, but it was still a good tangent for some of you listening. So I'm struggling to read this. So they actually stopped teaching cursive after my grade level in school. They taught it to me, but then we never used it. So even me, like, I really struggled to read cursive. So younger people, I don't know if you're targeting younger people, but if they happen to come across this, there might be some disconnects. Middle initial. I gotcha. I just don't know if it's like a T or a J. So it might be better if we print this. But no, this is a great photo of you, heart to heart truths, helping you put feet to your faith so that you can walk victoriously. Okay. So like we said, clear is better than clever. Helping you put feet to your faith. What does that really mean? Put feet to your faith. Like, if you were to tell someone what that means, helping you to put feet to your faith, does that mean to be more faithful in what? So that you can walk victoriously. Like, I know that this is a metaphor, but what does it really mean? If we could translate this into what it really means and put it here, that would be better, because realize that most people are going to look at this on mobile, and it cuts off on mobile around here or around here. So I have a feeling that on mobile it's probably cut off. Actually walking out your faith. Walking out your faith. What does that mean? What does it mean to walk out your faith? Walking out faith. Does this mean to like leave your faith? Again, I'm just guessing. Like you see how I'm using like some brain calories here? Helping you actually walk your faith. Let's see if we find ignite your faith. Okay, so this one's better. Ignite your faith and experience life-transforming truths. This one's more clear. So I would clarify this and I would display it here so that everyone can read it. I don't think that this is needed. Truth. I'm guessing that this is the brand, Truth Ministries. We don't really need that. Again, I imagine that this is like cut off. You might want to move this over, because even on desktop it's a little bit sliced. You see how the top letter is cut and then part of the logo. Faith without works is dead. It's a Christian-based channel. Gotcha. I could tell it was a Christian-based channel, but I'm just trying to get you to really explain like what it means in the most clearest, simplest terms, just so that when people land on it, they know immediately that they're in the right place. It's the business logo. Yeah, I figured that was the business logo, the channel logo. Okay. I can tell you really like purple and blue. Purple and blue. So what I'd recommend is, I do recommend a different, like this is a good profile photo, but we have a lot of background noise going on. You see that? A lot of background noise. Here's the subscriptions. Okay, so it's better for a profile photo to have like a solid background. Lynette's a really good example. You see how she has like a solid background around her. It's very clean. Like no, these are examples. Like we don't want to cut off your head. Like look at Cody right here. We could see her facial features, solid background. Look at Ryan. Look at JT Barnett. Like you see how it's like very solid. We just have like some noise going on here, and it looks a little bit like a casual photo, casual selfie in the office versus like a nice headshot of you. So we really want this to like I just want to be focusing on you. We don't want the noise in the back. Chanta hands, awesome. Let's look here. Ignite your faith and experience. Here, let's zoom in. Much better. Ignite your faith and experience life-transforming truths. Welcome to the Heart to Heart Truth Ministries YouTube channel, where we go beyond powerful prayers and Bible studies. Okay, so this is clear. Where we go beyond powerful prayers and Bible studies to empower you with Christian encouragement that will revolutionize your life through God's world. This is very clear. It's a little bit long, but this is much more clear. Like when I hear that, I'm like, I know exactly what you do. So this is important, everyone, because let's say even somebody lands on this channel who doesn't, like they're not interested in this content. At least I know who to send people to. If I come across someone who'd be interested in this, I would know who to send here. But reading this, I wouldn't know who to send to you, helping you put your feet to face so that you can walk victoriously. Like if someone asked me, like if I recommended you to someone and they're like, oh, what does Chanta do? And I was like, she helps you put your feet to your face so that you can walk victoriously. They'd be like, what does that mean? So yeah, really take into that perspective, everyone. Would it make sense to someone hearing it for the first time? And I know sometimes we're in our channel for a while, like we've been posting videos, and sometimes we have blind spots, but that's why you're all here. So it's good that all of you are taking these critiques and you're letting them empower you. I'm giving these critiques with a lot of love so that all of you can ignite your bigger mission with this. I said mission, and the mission is in the next sentence here. Our mission is to provide the heart to truth during all seasons of life, helping you overcome in Christ. Good. You have good keywords in here, which is great. YouTube does look at keywords. So Bible, Christian, Christ, those are all great keywords. Whether you're facing grief and loss, keyword, divorce, or the challenges of transitioning. Yeah, so I encourage you to think of your content pillars, because your niche is like Christianity, but we can have pillars within that. And I'm hearing a few possible ones. Maybe you help people with grief and loss, divorce, challenges of transitioning. What is it? I'm not quite sure what that means. Maybe like a big life transition. I just encourage you to really get clear on what it is that you are delivering. And I'm sure you already have a sense, but let's make it clear on the forefront here, because all of these are people's first impressions. So little FYI, this goes for everyone. In your About section, links aren't clickable. You see that? They're not clickable. You have to actually list them down here. So I see that you have your website and your link tree, which is great, but let's put the books here as well. Like let's list that so that it's clickable. Okay, so we have 2 treasured women group. Okay, I'm just wondering like what the difference is. Some people may think that like, oh, which Facebook group should I join? Maybe if we can make it more clear who it's for. Heart to Heart Truth page. So is this for just women and this one's for men and a woman? Like maybe if we make it like clear, like let's see, like even coming up with a different name such as Hearts to Hearts Truth Ministries. I know that's the name of the brand, but maybe something like I don't know, like Christian community to inspire love or support each other, something like so that people immediately know what they're gonna get from it. Like they know again what problem it's solving and for who. So okay, let me zoom back out. Career and life transitions. Okay, that's a solid pillar that I would encourage you to add. And we can like let's put that on the banner. Let's put it in the first sentence of the About section so that people know immediately what it is that you do. Got it. One is general and the other is specific for woman. Gotcha. Okay. And I think you made that like it's decently clear on here. It says woman group. This one says Heart to Heart Truth page. Maybe we could just say Heart to Heart like community page or something that communicates that this is inclusive. And for example, one of my clients had a prayer group. So it was, I forget the exact name, but it was called a prayer group. So they knew, okay, we're going to go to this group. And what they did was submit prayer requests. And then he would go live and he would like do the prayer requests. So you see that like he had the word prayer requests in the group. And then people knew exactly what the purpose of the group was. All right, Rocky, so if you want me to review yours, there's a form down below that you have to fill out, and I will take yours into consideration. One thing I want to talk to you about, so let's go over your thumbnails. Remember how we talked about how your videos are like books on a shelf? So imagine going to a library, and let's say I'm in the library of YouTube, and I come across Chanta's little shelf where all your books, your videos, your books are. So all of these thumbnails look very identical. They look very identical to each other, to the point where if I was subscribed to you and let's say I watched this video, let's say I loved it, and let's say YouTube starts recommending me these videos, I'm going to think, again, we're working with human psychology here. I'm going to think, oh, I already saw this video because it looks so similar. I mean, look at the picture of you, like they all say crown adjusting. Like the only difference is the title, but people aren't going to read the title if the thumbnail tells them that it looks the same like the others. So my simple recommendation for you is when you post videos, I would take some more photos of you. You could even take a little snapshot from the video, and for all of these thumbnails, I would have a different photo of you, and I would have a different photo. I would stop using this photo. It's a little bit overused, and you could even just have a solid blue background, and I wouldn't have crown adjusting because people, like, it's a little bit confusing because like when I look at it, like what does crown adjusting mean? Like no one's really going to YouTube and typing in crown adjusting. Like I don't even know what that means. Like I think of adjusting a crown. It's a little bit too clever. And then there's these cuffs here. These look like handcuffs, which make it a little bit confusing. So like looking at this, I'm confused. Like I'm not exactly sure what the video is about. Affirmations for the spiritual battle. So even looking at this, I would have no idea that this channel is about Christianity and faith. I would have no clue. And not to mention that this yellow text is very difficult to read. Against this blue, it's very small and it kind of like it's a little bit too I don't know what the word is. It's hard to explain colors. It's just hard to read. Like the colors like look a little bit too bright. and it's almost like blending in with each other, if that makes sense. Like visually, like the yellow kind of like smears. That's a good word. It smears against all the other letters. So I would recommend changing that. And I wouldn't use the yellow. I would maybe use a different color that's more grabbing, because on mobile, remember, there's not a chance I'm reading that on mobile. There's absolutely no chance. It's very, very difficult. Even like having like black text against a blue background, or you seem to really like purple. Even like this is easy to read. This white text against the purple background, that's very easy to read. And like I'm telling you, I'm sure you have really good content. I can already tell from your aura that you give, like, you're very heart-centered, you're very authentic, you're very you. I can tell that just from looking at these. Very genuine, and it's a shame because people aren't getting the chance to see that because of the impression that they're getting from simply the thumbnail. So yeah, let's have contrasting colors, and I encourage you to incorporate more keywords. Again, I would have no idea that this is about Christian faith. So let's incorporate some keywords in your videos. Let's put words like Christ. Let's put words like you mentioned career and life transitions. Let's put that in there. Maybe just a picture of you. Yeah, it could just be a little snapshot of you from the video. So if you snip out you here, and you could put that on there and change the text. Everyone, Canva is a really great tool. It's very easy to use. You can look up Canva tutorials, but you don't need to learn Photoshop. You can use it to cut out the background of you with just the click of a button. So you can even look up tutorials on YouTube how to remove the background on Canva. You can do it from a click of a button. That's my biggest advice for you, because yeah, I just want people to, yeah, we really use this image a lot. I see you use Canva. I can tell that this is a Canva template. Yeah, so let's mix it up a bit. Like, let's not always recycle the same thumbnails, because psychologically it's just not landing for people. Alrighty, let me look at something else. Okay, so again, I don't have time to watch everyone's videos, unfortunately. Oh, good. I see you have courses. Awesome. You have books, devotionals. Not sure what devotionals are. Listening to. Point is, you have ways that you're helping people beyond just the YouTube video, which is great. What I encourage for you is, if you're not doing this already, again, I don't have time to watch everyone's videos, but if you're not doing this already, I would tell people in the video, saying something like, hey, if you got value from this, I created a course that has even more value. Everything that you learned in this video, I teach in the course in more depth. I give you worksheets. I give you implementable exercises and tasks so that you can reach this result or solve this problem of yours. Click the link down below. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. You see something like that, very nonchalant, casual. You're coming from the heart of service because it's showing that you want to help people. Having that in there will prompt them to click the button, come to this page, and take the next step. We're going to come back to this. I do want to give you some insights on your funnel, but before we do, let me just look here. I would encourage you to explore shorts, going live, or posting in the community tab. You don't have to do them all, but I would encourage you to explore some other posting formats on YouTube. You might be very surprised. Maybe you love going live. You have enough subscribers to the point where if you go live, at least 2 to 3 people are going to tune in, and a bunch of people are going to watch the replay. It's going to show on all these people's homepages who are subscribed to. It's going to recommend it to them, and they can watch that afterwards. I'm telling you, live, a lot of my clients really like live, because it's like these videos, like, you don't got to like script it or plan it. You just kind of, you're free flowing, and the audience loves it because it's like they're in the room with you. You get to engage with them, ask them questions. I learned to specify the offer in each video. They're different depending on the content. Good. That's great. I'm glad. That's a good strategy. You see everyone, you see her comment. She said she learned to specify the offer in each video. That's a great approach. Let's say you have 5 different offers. Let's say you have a course, a membership, a one-on-one, then for you services like books. And if in a video you have a call to action to all of them, it's a little bit too much. People are like, whoa, which one do I pick? But let's say you have a video hypothetically about your favorite books. It's best to recommend the books because it's in alignment with the video. So that's great that you're doing that. Chanta, okay, so we talked about, excuse me, we talked about your different possible content. So shorts, lives, posting on the community tab would be good. I do want to look over your website. Okay, so it's a little bit and again, it's good to get outside perspective because it's a little bit difficult to read. Like something with the way that the text is laid out, like this red is hard to read. This is very thin. On mobile, this is going to be overwhelming because we're going to have a wall of text. So see if you can shorten this, make it more concise and a bit more visually easy to read. How do I engage in the community tab? That's a great question. So if you noticed in the other one, who was it? Caden. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so Caden here is pulling up Caden's channel. So Caden is a really good example to engage in the community tab. Posting images, giving text updates, giving value. You could share your videos, run polls. These are just some examples. Look, you could share your past videos. This is how you engage with people. Look at this, running polls like this. Like these are all really great examples. This is something that you can do as well to engage in your community tab. That's a great question. Back to this. I'm just looking at this overall. We definitely want to have a video towards the top. There's a lot on this page. Let's see. We definitely want to have a video towards the top. It's nice that we have this photo of you, but let's say again, I send your website to someone saying, you know, Chanta's content is great. You got to check her out. You know, like look at her stuff that she has on her website. And they're like, oh, like who, like they don't have the sense for you yet. And so having video on a page increases conversions by over 70%. So I would encourage you to incorporate that on here so that, and I'm telling you, like you will get more people clicking and reading and checking out your stuff if you do. Don't overcomplicate it. Just 2 to 3 minutes explaining to people what problem you solve and for who. The website is different on mobile. Gotcha. Okay. So unfortunately, I'm not going to pull this up on mobile because that would just, you know, I won't be able to display that. But yeah, you want to pay attention to the mobile version. Actually, you want to put a little bit more emphasis on the mobile version because more people are going to view it on there. Empowerment and guidance for women ready to rise. Okay, so if you're just focusing on women, there's a misalignment between what we have on the channel here because I didn't hear anything about women. Apologies if I missed it. But if you really want to serve women, let's put that on the banner. Let's put that in the about section so that it's very clear because we have a misalignment. If a gentleman finds this channel and he thinks it's great and he wants to work with you, he goes to the website, he's going to be like, oh, you know, like this isn't for me because it just says woman. But if it was crystal clear from the forefront, we can filter out people who it's not a good fit for. That's another thing we're doing, everyone. We don't just want to attract our right audience. We want to filter out the people who it's not a good fit for. Coaching services, online training, public speaking. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Contact. So, okay. Oh, I gotcha. So, okay. So you see how I had a disconnect? I thought that this offer connected to this button. So there's a visual disconnect. I thought these buttons were associated with this top one. So I would adjust that. Maybe we can give these their own white box or something because you see how I did that? That was that's something that's likely happening for others as well. Alrighty, let's look at your courses. I saw that you were promoting this woman. Okay, so we can have a more strong headline here other than just woman. So I would put something a little bit more concrete on here, like, you know, helping Christian women to overcome divorce. Let's see. I'm a little bit confused on your niche. I'm being honest, because in your previous message, you said that you were helping with career and life changes, and then here I'm seeing things with divorce. It seems like a lot here. It seems a little bit unorganized, and then we have finances. Gotcha. Okay, so you could make this work. So I'm hearing divorce, finances, and career. These are three. Like these can all be their own niche and their own channel. I'm not saying you have to do that, but I encourage you to really sit with yourself and think, okay, who do I really feel called to serve and what do I want to help them with? If you feel really called to serve women, then what is it that you really feel called to help them with? This is something that I can't tell you. I can't say, Chanda, you got to help people with their finances. No, this is something that you have to come to for yourself. And if you really feel called to do them all, then let's make that very clear. Let's put your content pillars here. Let's have solid playlists for it, which you seem like you might already have, but we want solid playlists for it. And we just don't want it to be confusing, because I'm a little bit like, well, like this is kind of a lot, but yeah, that's the main thing I have for you. If anyone else has feedback for her, let me know, but I can keep going into this. I can really keep going with this, but we have quite a few pages here. If you have any more questions, let me know. I'd be happy to help you with this. If you even just want to have like a road mapping brainstorming session, I can help you come to these answers, but I wouldn't be telling you what to do. I would ask you a series of questions to help you come to these answers for yourself. And then from there, then we can really get traction with all this. So, okay. Awesome. I'm glad you found this helpful. Okay, so let me see what you said. I started with divorce and moving toward living life on their terms. The channel started as general empowerment. Yeah, and then we're getting a few other things in here as well. Like, so somehow finances came into the picture, and then we had a career. So it's a lot of stuff happening. And your niche could be helping people to live on their terms. And you can have divorce, finances. You could even say I'm helping women. You could even say I'm helping women through divorce. And you could say I'm helping women get back on their feet. Christian women who are going through divorce get back on their feet. And then you can have a process where you help them with their finances, with their career. You could do that. You see how that's more concrete and clear versus like, the way that you've been framing it. So yes, I hope that helps. Cool. The finance is my unique proposition because 90% of women going through divorce end up in poverty. Yes, they need people like you to help them. They do. And I actually met a woman at an event this past weekend, and she was helping this was her niche. She told me she was helping women of color with their finances. And she was saying something like, these women they're struggling to invest in my services, but she had a very strong value proposition of, when you work with me, like, you're going to be earning your money back. So she had like a $97 membership, and I think a $197 membership a month. And they saw the value in it because it's like an investment. You put something in, you get something out. And I feel like most people can invest $97 to $197. At least they can open up a credit card. Not saying we should encourage people to get into debt, but if you really explain to them that this is an investment, I'm helping you to rebuild your life, like, people are gonna find a way. I'm telling you, if people are ambitious, they find a way. I didn't have money when I invested in my business. I was a broke college senior, and I invested $10K into Tony Robbins' Business Mastery, and I found a way. I got resourceful. I had a single mom, and she went through divorce, and she was ambitious because she had kids, and so her stuff was on the line. And so she went through great measures. I'm telling you, women like this, like, they're going to do what it takes, especially if there's kids involved. Like, and you just need to show that you're the right leader to help them. That goes for everyone. You have to realize that your target audience is watching you, and you just need to show them that you are the right leader. Show that you're the expert. Show that you know what you're talking about. Give value so that they see the value in working with you, and they trust you. And I'm telling you, like, they will want to work with you. You won't need to chase people. People will come to you. We don't want to be chasing people with our channels. We want them to empower. Like, we want them to lead themselves in a very empowering way. Cool. That's my speech. I'm going to move on to Diana, who's been waiting so patiently. And then I'm going to do Diana and Zan the Man. Zan the Man. I don't know if you get that a lot, Zan, but when I hear Zan, I think of Zan the Man. Cool. Diana Brody. Awesome. By the way, everyone, don't forget to subscribe to everyone. My pleasure, Shanta. Don't forget to subscribe to people whose niche you find an interest in. Sorry, my brain can't multitask. I'm trying to pull up Diana's stuff, and then my brain's trying to talk to all of you. Doesn't work well. Okay, so I have Diana pulled up. Yes, I have you. NLE Academy. Yep, I had you saved before this. Perfect. Alrighty, here we have NLE Academy. Next Level Editing Academy. I love it. Next Level Editing Academy. It's very clear. Next Level Editing. So let's see. Do you want the PDF to my must-know editing? So what I would recommend, Diana, is, and again, I'm looking at these sections overall. That's what I typically do. Before I even dive into content, I look at everyone's banner, profile photo, the name of their channel, and their about section, because that is people's first impressions often. Sometimes it's the video, but if they watch a video and they like it, they're going to click on the channel and then get the impression from here. And so I'm noticing here that you have, here, let me zoom in. Okay. I'm noticing here that you have, do you want the PDF to my must-know Avid settings? Download the PDF here. So instead of having a call to action, let's replace this with a really strong tagline that explains what problem you solve and for who. Generally, it's not a good practice to put a call to action immediately, because it's kind of like, okay, remember that this stuff, as well as the trailer, this is like people's first impression, and it's like standing at the front door of your house. And if someone comes to your house and you're encouraging them with a call to action, it's kind of like, wait, what exactly do you do first? So it's better to have a tagline towards the top, and then we can have this call to action towards the bottom. But something to know is that I told this to who did I tell to? Chanta. I told Chanta that links don't work in the about section. They're not clickable. So let's remove this, because you already have it here. And you could tell them to download the PDF below. Maybe we can have a down arrow emoji pointing down so that they know to click down here for it. Okay, so yeah, I would adjust that, and then I would start the about section with something else. Attention all editors. NLE Academy is an online school and resource for assistant editors, emerging video editors, professional video editors, and any people who are interested in editing and storytelling. Okay, yeah, so this is telling me more about what problem you solve and for who. Here, let me zoom in more. I can barely read this. Okay, where was I? Okay, so I was here. So it's an online school and resource. So I would maybe say, maybe we could rephrase this a little bit, because they know by this point that this is NLE Academy. It's in the banner, it's in the profile photo, it's in the channel name. Maybe we could say something like helping assistant editors, emerging video editors, and professional editors to do what? How can we really encapsulate what you do? Maybe something like, how can we really encapsulate that? I know here you have editing and storytelling. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe something like helping these people, everyone I said, to master editing and storytelling. I know here you have any people who are interested in editing and storytelling, but is that really who this is for? I think you're mainly attracting those other people, the assistant editors, the professional ones. I think it's mainly for them. And so I would encapsulate that in the beginning with a solid tagline. To level up their post-production careers. Yes. See, that's really what it is that you're doing. You're really helping these people to level up their, I'm curious where the word post comes from. I would think you would just say level up their production careers, post-production careers. Post means after. I'm just trying to think how is that word really needed, the word post? Just a thought maybe it is, but just a thought. That's really what you're doing. And so I'm just looking here. Some of your videos, and I know we talked about this a little bit because we talk outside of these lives. Something is like, some of these videos may be attracting people who are just interested in learning how to edit and storytell overall. And I know that you have a list of content ideas to work around that, but just remember that these are the people who are really trying to attract, and we're helping them to level up their career. And so let's really put that in the tagline. Let's really have the videos reflect that, because I just don't want you attracting the wrong audience of, let's say, even somebody like myself. Let's say somebody like myself, like I'm not looking to necessarily level up my editing career, but I do edits. And so I may not be your target audience. I'm just using myself as an example. And so again, we want what we have here to draw in our right people, but also to filter out those who it's not a good fit for. So it's doing two things. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so post should be there. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, you're in one of those niches where you don't have to show your face in the thumbnails and in the banner and in the profile photo. Some niches, I think everyone who I reviewed up until this point, it's good to put your face in there because it's more of like a personal brand, but this is a little bit different. This is more of like a brand. You could have it in there, but it's really not needed in the forefront here or in the banner. Yeah, what you have here is good. So cool, we have that. Perfect, you have your email address here. Just make sure it's the business one and not the personal one. Come on, I'm not a robot, I promise. Okay, whatever, it's not letting me. Just make sure everyone that it's business and not personal. And that's just a general advice. You don't want to mix business and personal. I made that mistake from the beginning, and later on it's a pain to try to separate everything. Alrighty, let's look at everything else. So these look good. Okay, so this sounds like really simple advice, but just make sure that you're staying with your content schedule. And I know like you're working on some videos right now, but let's really aim for 1 video a week from here on. Don't overcomplicate it. I even watch some videos that are like in your niche that are a bit shorter. So maybe we can have like even 4 to 5 minute videos a week. They could be longer, of course, but I'm just saying we can experiment with some shorter ones. But let's really aim for 1 a week. This goes for everyone. Like I have some people come to me and they're like, all right, I wonder why my channel's not growing. And I look, and this isn't the case for you, Diana, because it's only been a month, but I look at some people's channels and it's been months since they've posted, or even years sometimes. And I'm like, well, you might want to start with posting. Oh, I'm just reading your comment. Yeah, I aim for shorter. I need to get them down. They started shorter. Yeah, let's look at your most popular videos. So I'm noticing, yeah, like one of your most popular videos were shorter. I'm noticing that this one's an exception. Honestly, they can all work, but I'm just saying like during those weeks where maybe you're busy, or even just putting out a 4-minute video can make a huge difference. So yeah, there's that. I think your thumbnails, a lot of them are really great. Some of them are a little bit, I'm just looking. Oh, okay. So this one, some of like these make sense because phantom mark face off, boost your editing. So okay. So yeah, this is I'm not 1,000% sure what phantom mark face off is. I'm sure it has something to do with your niche. Boost your editing skills today. Just make sure that that is relevant with the images in here. You see how we have a face and we have like this lightning strike looking thing. Just make sure that it's relevant. That's one thing, everyone. I learned so much about different niches just by doing this. Can a short be considered 1 a week? When I say 1 a week, Lynette, I'm referring to long form. Shorts varies, but no, I wouldn't. When I say once a week, I wouldn't consider a short accomplishing that. A short's a little bit. It's not as big of a punch. It's good at for like bare minimum, but it's not as big of a punch. I'm really encouraging 1 long form a week. Yeah, a lot of editors don't know phantom marks, lol, but they're great. Okay, I just want to make sure that it's relevant, Diana. Okay, exporting keyboard. Yeah, a lot of these look very good, very clean. You do a very great job with consistent branding, having this orange border and maintaining your colors. Some of these, I believe, could be a little bit easier to read. Like this purple area is a little bit difficult. Like the Premiere Pro edition, I think that could be bigger. This I wouldn't be able to read on mobile. There's no way I can read that purple part on there. So maybe even just making it bigger. Even what you can do for some of these, like what I would have done for this one is I would have put the picture of the gentleman to the right, and then I would have had the text take up like most of that space. So it would say reveal in project, and then all those words would be really big here, and then these logos would be a little bit smaller, just so that it's easier to read the text. The text is the most important, and most of them are very easy to read. I'm just mainly referring to the purple part here. But yeah, I think, I need to think more about mobile. Yeah, that goes for everyone. We sometimes forget about the mobile version and how it's not easy to read. But no, I think overall these are great. I know that we have a content plan to attract your right audience. When you're posting videos, when you're talking to everyone here, when you're posting your videos and you're deciding on your topics, your thumbnails, and your titles, just ask yourself before you take the time to make it, is this attracting my right audience? In your case, Diana, it would be these people. Are you attracting these types of people with your content? Are these topics that they're actually searching for, that they're actually consuming, that they would actually want to click on and watch all the way through? Because if it's not, if you're attracting the wrong people, everything's going to be misaligned, because when you have the call to action to your offer, it's not going to quite be for them. It'll be, you see what I mean? There's going to be a misalignment. So yes. Let's look at here. Your channel's off to a great start. Don't underlook over 300 subs with 22 videos. Okay, we have an ad here. I'm not going to watch the video, but awesome. You have timestamps. I know we talked about this before. If you don't mind, so let's see. And I know you're working on this, but everyone, notice that she has a landing page. And if you click sign me up, it takes you directly to a high ticket offer. It's better to have an application for high ticket offers. When I say high ticket, sometimes this varies from niche to niche, but generally over $1,000. I would even recommend anything above $500. It's good to have like an application or at least some way to contact you. I have a 1-hour strategy session that's over 500, and I had someone book it, but they were emailing me first with questions before they did. So yes. But yeah, I'm talking to everyone here. It's good to have an application, because it's a bit of a, like, I see here that you have a coupon code for 15% off. This does work really well for like lower ticket offers. Generally things roughly under $300. This works well, but it's a bit of a jump. I used to do this. I used to tell people in my videos, I used to say early on, sign up for my $3,000 coaching program. And I was using Kajabi too, and I had the direct link to it. nobody bought. But as soon as I did two things. First, I had an application for one-on-one, and I had a $97 course that came with a bonus 30-minute session. Those two were gold. It was gold. And that's when I really started to gain traction. So yeah, even just the way you frame this makes all the difference. Okay. Yeah, so TubeBuddy has a tool. You actually have to pay for the paid version, but there's a TubeBuddy tool. And I did this recently because I had to change my domain for my website. Using the tool, you could change, you could say, remove all the text that says this and replace it with this text. So it just makes it much easier and much less of a headache. Good, you pay for TubeBuddy. It's called the, I honestly forget what it's called. I think it's called Remove and Replace for TubeBuddy. Cool. Alrighty, so I see you have some shorts here. In a niche like yours, you could post shorts, but let's mainly focus on long form, because mainly people in your niche are looking for long form tutorials and demonstrations. Awesome. You went live. Good. I would make it a goal. This goes for everyone listening. I would make it a goal to go live at least once a month. Once a month is really good for going live, because again, it gets your audience to really engage with you. And I'm telling you, when I was earlier on in my YouTube journey, I did I think it was like a Christmas live stream. And in the live stream, I was talking to my audience. I only had it was less than this. It was 2-3 people in there. But in that call, so people watched the replay as well. And at the time, I had a $100 subscription and a $500 subscription. And then 2 people bought that from the live stream. And then, so from that one live stream with 2 to 3 people watching, I made $600, not once, but several months after that. They stayed on and they joined my membership at the time for one of them was 6 months. The other one was 13 months, over a year. So do the math. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, let's continue to go live. Just be aware of the text on here. This is very difficult to read. I wouldn't recommend this rainbow background, because when you have text, even though you have a block behind it, it's a little bit busy and noisy. And so having a solid background, very similar to how you do for these, like this white solid background or the orange one, would be much better. It's just a little bit takes my head for a little bit of a spin, honestly. And you know what it reminds me of? When I was little, we used to have a big boxy TV. And if you're older, you know exactly what I mean, those big boxy TVs. And sometimes the screen would mess up. and it would look like that. So it was like a dysfunction error. So it kind of looks like that. The background, that background is TV color bars. Yeah. I figured that. It almost looks like I don't know if it's in alignment with your niche with professional video editing. It just looks a little bit like a error. So I would recommend switching it out with a solid one, and then let's have the text be bigger and easy to read. Bigger and easy to read. Like these little logos, I get it's part of the video and you can keep it when you're filming, but for the thumbnail, it's not really needed. It's just making more noise. Cool, we got playlists, beautiful, community, awesome. You're engaging in here. Cool. A lot of photos. Good. You got polls. Yeah, you're doing a great job with this. I know you started this channel more recently, but just keep in mind to engage with your audience here. Run more polls, ask questions, start conversations. It's very impactful. Alrighty, let's go look at your website, assistant editors. Biggest thing I would recommend for you is having a video. I would film a 2 to 3 minute video and I would place it. I'm trying to think here. I would say typically like here, but then again, we have this picture here, and on mobile, we would want this text here to show first. Check this on mobile too. I just want to make sure that this doesn't cut out because I'm noticing, I think that this is an image and not text. So just double check it on mobile. I'm not going to pull it up myself now, but I would recommend the headline and then a video on here. 2 to 3 minutes explaining who you are, what problem you solve, and for who. Don't ramble on. This even is a really good headline. This would work really well towards the top here. Your editing skills to professional heights with the Next Level Editing Academy. So again, let's really speak to your target audience. Remember these people here that I keep outlining, these people. I would even include this in your headline. Something like helping assistant editors, emerging video editors, and professional editors to elevate their video editing skills and turn their passion into a career. I know that sounds long, but if you make that a little bit more concise, that's essentially what we want to have here. Cool. Okay, so you got to go. No worries. I was pretty much done anyway with this because I know I'm giving you some feedback outside of this because you're part of the accelerator. So I'll just finish it off though. So I would make this a little bit shorter and more concise. Here it goes on and on a bit. Just make it like, if you could make it like 75% of what it is now. It's just, I imagine on mobile, this is just going to take up a lot. And then check out training programs, Taylor Mastercraft. Yeah, this is good too. I would move that more towards the top. Your offers, I would have your offers be like right here. And then I would have the about you after that. And then some testimonials if you don't have them already. Ask a video and call. Have a question, book a 20-minute discovery call. Yeah, so I would have your offers up here. And I would even like, here you're offering a discovery call that counts as an offer. So I would move it towards the top. Try to master it on your own. Same thing, like you can have a whole separate section for freebies. Let me show you mine just so that you really get it. So this is mine. You see how I have headline and video. This is my main offer. So this is like my main offerings, but then I have this extra stuff down here. I have like freebies, book a call, tools and resources, channel reviews, which are all at right now. But yeah, I would organize yours just so that's a little bit more concise. I'm seeing a lot of blocks of text. This I would have be sooner. I think a lot of this you don't really need. Like this isn't really needed. I would eliminate this. It's not really accomplishing much. Next level. Yeah, some of these like I would try to cut out. I want you to imagine that each word that you put on here costs you $5. No, not $5, like $50. You want to eliminate as many words and paragraphs as possible. Less is truly more with this. All right, I'm gonna finish you right there. I know you have to go anyway, so that's good timing. I'm glad I did it before your call. Alrighty, everyone. So next I'm going to do Zan the Man. But before I do need to run to the ladies' room, so I will be right back in about a minute. I encourage the rest of you to take a bio break as well, get some more water, use the restroom, and we'll be back in just a minute here. Alrighty, I am back. Oh, I see we had quite a few people drop off, but it's all right. I'm sure they'll be back. Okay, so Zan, I see you're still here, which is awesome. I'm going to do you next. Thank you for your patience. I hope you've been taking notes and getting value from other channels. So let's pull your channel up. Okay, let's go to your websites. Dan the Man, awesome. Cool. All right. So up next, we have Zan. And by the way, whoever wants to go after Zan, just leave a comment down below and I will consider yours next. So there was a couple of you who wanted to go, but you didn't fill out the form. So fill out the form. And if you did, let me know that you want to go. And if, again, you have to meet the requirements. I don't review any channels. I'm specifically reviewing channels that are growing their business, growing a brand, selling products and services. So let's do Zan next. Share screen. Okay. Awesome. So here we have Zan. Here we have Zan the Man, certified confidence coach, online business coach. Be more, do more, give more. Courses, coaching, community. Okay, so one thing I want to tell you, Zan, is that remember, everyone, that your branding gives immediate subconscious messages to people. The colors, the fonts, the branding, it's all very important. And when I look here, this page, like just the branding looks very American. Like kind of looks like a 4th of July page. And especially like here we have like fireworks. I'm seeing a lot of red, white, and blue. I'm seeing stars. Looks like if I were to guess, like just like if I was someone who couldn't read and I could only look at your images and I had to guess what your channel was about, here it looks different, but from the homepage, I would guess that you're talking about America or 4th of July or something like, what's the word? Patriotic. So yes, maybe we can reconsider some of this. It looks good, but just like, especially in the banner, like some of your thumbnails look fine, like especially these Kajabi ones look fine. They don't look as American, but some of them do. Like these firework ones, especially like they say 2024, like I don't know, something about it. That was my immediate first impression. So I would mainly encourage you to adjust the banner. So what I would recommend is let's have like a nice photo of you. I see you're showing your face in a lot of these, but I'm not seeing that as much on the thumbnails. I would encourage you to have pictures of yourself in the banner, nice professional photo of you here. Zan the Man, certified. Oh, that's funny. You're actually Zan the Man. I was just calling you that because when I hear Zan, I just think of Zan the Man. I didn't realize that was the name of your channel. I saw Zan signed up, but that's so funny. Zan the Man. Okay, cool. Anyway, certified confidence coach, online business coach. Okay, that's clear. Courses, coaching, community. Beautiful. Be more, do more, give more. So that's a nice slogan. So again, everyone, I'm not saying it's bad to have slogans. This is good to have in there. But you see how he has you see how it's clear what he does from the text here? Certified confidence coach, online business coach. So that's telling me that you're somebody who helps with confidence, especially those running an online business. Maybe we could even be more clear about this. Like confidence with what? I've seen someone before where they help people become confident on video. I've seen people where it's not just video, where they help people become confident on podcasts. Maybe it could just be running your business in general. But again, like general may not get as much traction versus if you were more specific on what you help them gain confidence with. Maybe it's public speaking. I know people who teach that. They help people with their public speaking confidence. So I think we get a little bit more clear on how you help people to build their confidence. Alrighty, let's see here. It's 2024. Let's go. Remember, everyone, that YouTube shows the first sentence of your about section. This doesn't tell me what you do. It's 2024. Let's go. Let's be more, do more, give more. I'm not exactly clear here. So I would have a tagline, something like, I help online business owners to become confident with whatever it is, their public speaking, their podcasts. I see you post a lot about Kajabi. You could even niche down and just post about Kajabi. And if you do, I would put that in the banner and the tagline. I would put the Kajabi logo on there just so that people know, oh, when I think of Zan the Man, I think of Kajabi or public speaking or whatever it is that you want to niche down to. Alrighty, feel free to engage with me in the comments, by the way, just to give me more clarity on this. I like when I'm reviewing someone's channel and we're talking back and forth in the comments. This channel is dedicated to your personal development and business success. I'm committed to helping you start and grow your very own profitable online business, and I'm committed to helping you improve your self-confidence for more success, health, and happiness. Okay, so yeah, this is a really good tagline. I would encourage you to brainstorm how you can be a little bit more specific. So I hear that you have, because for example, like I technically do this. This is something that I do. I could tell people, and this is something I do actively, I help people start and grow their own profitable online business. But I'm more clear because I say that I help business owners to use YouTube to get more sales for their courses, coaching, and memberships. You see how that's more specific? You see how if you run into someone on the street tomorrow, and if they say, oh, I want to sell my courses through YouTube, you know exactly to send them to me, right? But if someone ran into that person and they, like, let's say you really help with Kajabi, but you're not clear about that, then people wouldn't know to send them to you. So yeah, let's try to be a little bit more tangible and know that this is a good place to start. There was a point when my channel was focused on this until I was getting clear on things. I was experimenting with a few different possibilities until I started focusing on YouTube and getting leads, and I knew that that was my thing. You just kind of have a gut feeling about it. Like, when something feels right, and then you could just run with it. So yes, we have that. I will review your website in a second, but we have your Instagram. Awesome. We have business email. All right, this never works for me for some reason, but make sure that this is your business email. It'd be nice to hear a little bit about what makes you the expert. So maybe you could say something in here like, I have X amount of years of experience. I've helped X number of professionals. You could even say, I don't know if you're a Kajabi expert, Zan, but I would encourage you to apply if you're not. So if you're using Kajabi, you can apply to be a Kajabi expert. Just go to the Kajabi experts page. You can Google it, how to become a Kajabi expert, and you can apply. And they actually give you the title of Kajabi expert. And they actually reached out to me to help their client base with their YouTube channels, and I was doing these reviews. And one of the things that they gave me was a title of Kajabi expert. So that I would encourage you to do that, so that way you can put in here, I'm a certified Kajabi expert. And again, you have to realize that people want to work with experts, and this is just a way to build trust by really owning your credibility. And it's funny because sometimes we have credibility, but we don't fully own it. For the longest time, for whatever reason, I didn't fully own that I was a TEDx intern for 4 years. I don't know why, but it was so normal to me that I just didn't embrace that or talk about it. Sometimes things to us seem ordinary, but to others, they're extraordinary. So even having a certain number of years of experience or helping people or having some internship or some opportunity speaks volumes. Say something about that. Yeah, I would follow up with that. They sent you an email. Yeah, they sent me an email too. Maybe you could be doing something for their client base. Maybe you could be doing, I was doing YouTube channel reviews for their client base. Maybe you could do web page reviews. Kajabi founder and only their, oh wow, that's cool. That's awesome. And only the early, that's amazing. Yeah, that's great. Definitely leverage that. You got leverage at your disposal that we can be tapping into. Alrighty, oops, let's zoom in here. Okay, so let's look at everything else you got going on. So I'm just reading your, not only, oops, gotcha. I got you. You're on their beta list. Cool. Let's see, the highly paid expert intro. The only 3 things you control in life. I think we could be a little bit, I think you have some good content ideas here, but I think we could reframe it. So for example, some of these, like this one's titled the Kajabi sales page, but we could reframe this and say something like, again, I don't know what this video is about, but we could say something like how to use the Kajabi sales page or how to set up a Kajabi sales page. Because if I'm looking at this, I don't know what I'm going to learn in the video. Like the Kajabi homepage, like what about it? If you said how to set up a Kajabi homepage, that's something I'm looking for in search. That's something that people actually type in. But here we just have the Kajabi thank you page. I would encourage you to reframe these and say something like tell people what they're going to learn. Maybe it could be something like how to create a Kajabi community product, how to set up a Kajabi podcast product. I would frame these as questions because looking at it, I don't know exactly like what you're going to do. Is this a tutorial? Is this like you like just explaining what it is? You know, like is this like an introduction? Maybe this could be like people are typing in what is Kajabi Creator Studio. That could be what this video is about. What is Kajabi Creator Studio? How to use Kajabi Creator Studio? It could be more specific, how to use Kajabi Creator Studio to create shorts, because that's something you can do in there. So let's be more specific. And remember that these videos that you created, I really don't want you to underlook it, because some people spend their energy just to making new videos, but that energy would actually be better spent just going through your old ones, improving the thumbnail, title, and description, because I'm telling you, these videos can still pick up. That's why I chose to teach YouTube. That's why I love it so much, because old videos can still do well. They can still pick up. So I would encourage you, I'm not telling you to stop making videos, but I would really encourage you to time block and put aside some time to improving these. And one thing I noticed with Kajabi, here, let me just look at something. I'm noticing that only one of these has your face in it. And lo and behold, of your Kajabi videos, the one that did best was the one where your face is in it. So I would encourage you to always have your face in here. Even when I go to YouTube and I type in something like how to set up a Kajabi, let's just pick something random. How to set up a Kajabi website. Like, notice how people's faces are in there. All of these practically have people's faces in there. And so you see this exercise that we just did, everyone? Before you make a video, I encourage you to look it up in the search bar and just to notice things. I'm noticing that all of these have faces in there. Most of them have the Kajabi logo in it. A lot of them have big, clear, easy to read text, like 3 to 5 words of text. Let's really model this. The data doesn't lie. I'll say it again. Your best performing Kajabi video has your face in it. And also, look, it has a tangible question. Why I use Kajabi. What is Kajabi? The 5 Kajabi products. See, this is telling me what the video is about. But these ones that didn't do so well, it just doesn't say what the video is about at all. There's a keyword in there, but what about the keyword? What about like this one? We want the word Kajabi. Something like, I would put in here how to set up a Kajabi sales funnel, because we're missing the keyword Kajabi in here. Just this text alone isn't going to help you rank, or it's not going to help people to know what your stuff is about. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad you're going to redo your thumbnails. Let's look at this. Okay, so another thing as well, I would have, here, I'm just reading. I would have your, I would have a link to your website. You have a website here. I would tell people in the video, hey, if this was valuable, click the link down below to access the free masterclass. However you would say that, and then put the link down below. That is how you're going to drive traffic. That goes for all your videos. If for these videos you didn't say that in there, you know what you can honestly do? Because some of these videos didn't gain as much traction. You can honestly like take a video of yourself saying a call to action, insert it in. You can edit it in. That's so hard to say. And you can repost these. Like, why take the time to refilm 16, 20-minute, 30-minute videos when you could just take it down, edit in one little snippet of you, optimize it with a better thumbnail and title, repost it, and boom, it does much better. So let's work smarter, not harder, and let's do that. Awesome. So let's see what else we got here. Videos. Oh, good. You're going live. Interesting how you have $100 million leads in here. I would really encourage you just to niche down to Kajabi. Like, I know up here you said you're saying things like, I'm committed to helping you start and grow your very own profitable business, but let's really say I'm here to help you build a profitable business using Kajabi. Let's be very clear. I'm telling you, if you become the expert in that, that doesn't mean that you can't talk about other stuff like confidence and happiness. I still talk about that too, but at the forefront, you could say that you're a Kajabi expert and you can integrate confidence tips and tips for being happy within these videos. So for example, let's say you have a video about sales funnels. You could just sprinkle it in there. You could say something like, just as a reminder, you can have the best sales funnel in the world, but if you're not confident in your content, so in your YouTube videos, in your ads, it's really not going to get anywhere. Confidence is the most important thing when it comes to a business. The sales funnel is only one piece of the pie. Something like that. Like, you could still talk about being confident, but just so that you rank in YouTube and you become known as the expert, you could position it that way. I love that. Kajabi Hero Business Coach. I love that too. That's phenomenal. And that has 2 keywords. You have Kajabi in there, business coach. Beautiful, beautiful mix. That's phenomenal. I'm so glad you're here today because this was a huge breakthrough for you. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to see where your channel goes from here after you implement everything. Alrighty, we got zantheman.com. That's so cool that you got that domain. Cool. Free masterclass, monetize your passion. Awesome. You got video. Monetize your passion. Learn the 4-step formula for turning your passion to a profitable online business that you can have more success, freedom, and happiness. Yeah, this is all really great. I have a feeling that after our talk today, some of this might adjust. You might say, learn the 4-step Kajabi formula, for example, for turning your passion into a profitable online business so you can have more happiness, success. Yeah, I think that this is really good. Maybe it could be shortened a little bit. What are the 4 steps? Maybe it could be shared a little bit. Hold on, free masterclass. Click here. I'm just looking. Okay, so I'm just looking here. Gotcha. Okay, so I see how you have this set up. I think that this can be eliminated. Taking out free masterclass because it's right here in the button. I think this is a good overall umbrella statement of this page. What's your free masterclass? Coaching courses cohorts. Okay, so I would specify that this is like private coaching and that this is like group. Just so that people like know the difference, because some people think of coaching and they might think, oh, what's the difference between coaching and being in a cohort? Because a cohort can get coached, if that makes sense. I do like these 3 C's that you have going on, so that looks nice. Book your consultation session. Awesome. I'm curious what these logos are for. Like, did you help these businesses, or like what's the deal with these? I would maybe put some text in here that says just what your association is with these brands, because some people say, for example, like featured in, and they have like Forbes magazine and all these different magazine logos, or you could say something like corporations who I helped or corporations who I worked with, things like that. I think I just put something up like that on mine. Here, let me show you. Like brands I worked with. Look at that. I need to add more on here, but you see what I mean. Brands I worked with. And so I know what those brands are associated with, versus here I'm like, oh, what does he have to do with the NFL or NBA? So yeah, that'd be great to clarify that. When I was a celebrity and corporate DJ, I worked with all these brands. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Corporate DJ, interesting. Yeah, maybe we could put that on here. I'm wondering because people want to know, how does this relate to you being a Kajabi business coach? So if this helped you to, like, if you worked with them business wise, yeah, that'd be really great. You could put brands that I worked with or businesses that I worked with. That's really cool. Cool. Got some testimonials. Yeah, I think this is really great what you have going on. I would love to see your face on here. Maybe we could put a picture of you in this video thumbnail, or, I would really recommend an About Zan section. You see how I have About Ari? It's not too long. On mobile, it won't be too overwhelming. Let's have that about you, because I like, this is all great, but I still don't feel like I know Zan. I don't really know what he does or what he's all about. I don't have a sense for his personality. So yeah, I would love to see that on here. And I would love to see this too. I know I have a feeling that this is going to adjust after our Kajabi talk, and I would love to review it afterwards. So feel free to message me. I mean, we can get on a call. We can brainstorm this. We could brainstorm a really solid strategy for you. But yeah, let me know. I mean, I think we got a lot done today, and I think I gave you a lot of really nice ideas. So click on the video. Let's see. I imagine that you're in the video. I like that. I like your energy. So everyone, I only played 6 seconds, but notice how energetic he is. Notice how happy he is. I've watched some videos where people are so monotone and it's like they're reading off a script and it's really boring and painful to watch. Don't be that person. Be Zan the man. Yeah, so what I would recommend, and again, I'm not going to watch this whole video right now, but that was really great, really solid energy. I would recommend, obviously, this probably needs to be refilmed because now we're really focusing on Kajabi Business Coach. But what I'd recommend as well is notice how you asked, like, why are you here? I would like tell them like, like welcome, I'm Zan the man. I am here to help you with your Kajabi and business needs. Instead of asking them why they're here, like tell them like who this is for so that they don't have to because I imagine right where I paused is where some people would drop off. Like you asking them, why are you here? Like they might be like, I don't know, you tell me why I should be here. So yeah, thank you. I will definitely do everything you say. Awesome. I'm glad. Yes, and I encourage you to watch this recording as well because I gave you a lot here and there's more I can dissect. And I would love to dive deep into this later on as well, but that's a little bit beyond the scope of this. But no, you have really good stuff going on. So be proud of yourself. You've got offers, you've got wait lists. Let's just really nail the content and let's funnel people to it. Let's tell them to click the link down below to join the cohort. Let's put that direct link. So remember that, put direct links. Don't just send people to the homepage. If in a video you mention the cohorts, put this link in the description so that they're not jumping through loopholes. But yeah, cool. That was a fun one. That was a really fun one. Awesome, Zan. Who wants to go next? Let's see who else I got here. I know I had someone message me and they're in Australia. So a few people said they couldn't be here. So I forget who's in Australia. Who is anyone here that would like to go next? I'll give you all a second. Let me see if anyone else filled out the form. Let's see. No, we had some people fill out the form. Awesome. Channel review forms. Awesome. Oh, awesome. We had. Okay, awesome. Julie Murphy is going to go next. Let me just write something down. Okay. So I just got one more person filling out the form, so I just want to make sure that I account for them. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so I will do you, Julie, next. I'm glad you're here. I love to do these. It's more fun for me when I'm doing this, when you're actually here, because then I can actually talk to you. I've done these before where the person's not here, and it's just not as fun. Julie, pull you up. Okay. It's so funny. I have you here as Julie/Abigail because you submitted the form and you put that your name was Abigail. So I was like, oh, maybe she has an assistant named Abigail. I've had that happen before where the assistant fills it out. And I'm like, okay, which one am I talking to? So I think you're Julie. I'm going to reference you as Julie. But if your name is Abigail, let me know. Even the email says abigail@jmcwealth.com. So I'm like, oh, okay, is this who is this? But I'm going to talk to you like you're, yes, I, Abigail. Okay, that's what I thought. We got the assistant Abigail here. I would encourage you to share this recording later with Julie, just so that you're not echoing the information. You could share with her the replay. Cool. Awesome. We've got Julie Murphy and her assistant Abigail here. Impact with Julie workshop. Discover how to create real wealth in every area of your life. Okay, so do you notice? I don't know if you picked it up, but I'm like touching my eye because I have like contacts in, and I'm trying to like really, like sometimes when you have contacts, you have to really squint so that the vision is clear. And when I got to this part, I was like, there's no way I could read that. It's a little bit, it's very small, and I don't think it's needed. Like, I understand that like you're promoting this workshop, but having the times here, it would be better to direct them to like a landing page, or I'm trying to think, these workshops, are they like on YouTube, or are they like, do you consider these videos workshops, or do we have here, hold on, join the free workshop. Free training, cool. Register now to join the free impact workshop. Okay, so I'm guessing that this is not on YouTube. So I just want you to notice something. So you remember that when people land on a YouTube channel, their brain is trying to conserve calories and also determine, okay, how could this channel help me survive and thrive? So I'm using a lot of calories right now, mainly with the workshop, Impact with Julie workshop. First of all, know that the word impact is very thrown around nowadays to the point where it's lost its impact. Isn't that ironic? The word impact has lost its impact. There's so many people that say, like, I'm here to impact you, but impact me how? Impact me in what way? I could throw a big rock at someone's head and it impacts their whole life. That's a terrible example, but you know what I mean? Like, you have to be very clear on how you're going to impact people, because you can have a negative impact on someone. Like, impact can mean anything. I can impact you with your finances, with your health, and even that sounds vague. So I would really encourage you to reconsider the name of this, Impact with Julie workshop, because it's not telling me what you're going to do for me. And I see Julie's, her name is in there, but like, if I just met Julie, like, why would I want to go to a workshop with Julie where she impacts me? Like, it seems like I'd rather go to a workshop that says something like, I don't know, financial freedom formula workshop. That just came out of my head. Like something like that, like financial freedom formula. Like, I see like what I'm going to get. I see there's a formula. It's about me. I know the return on investment. I'd rather go to that. So I would encourage you to really brainstorm what's the real return on investment with this workshop. And I would really recommend that we rename it. Instead of Impact Workshop, here we have Discover How to Create Real Wealth in Every Area of Your Life. Whoa, every area of my life. So when I think of real wealth, I think of finances, but in every area of my life. Interesting. So I'm guessing that this is about abundance and manifestation. I'm just guessing I'm getting a bit of a spiritual vibe from like this photo. Again, branding sends subconscious messages. So I'm just guessing here, but discover how to create real wealth in every area of your life. That's quite overwhelming. That's a lot, like in every area of your life. Maybe we can, here it is. Combine spirituality with sound foundation strategies, helping people create a life of real wealth and impact with wallet and heart alignment. I think like a bit, like I see there is spirituality in here, but maybe we could be a little bit more concrete. I'll give you an example. I mentioned this person earlier. I met someone at an event this past weekend, and she helps women of color with their finances. But she doesn't just help them with their finances. She helps them with crypto, like exchanging cryptocurrency. And so it's very tangible and concrete what she does. And they know, okay, I see how she's going to help me build wealth through crypto. It's clear. Now I see why I should sign up for her workshop. Versus here, it's just a little bit it's a little bit too broad, and it's not really getting me to see why I should show up. Because if I'm going to go, like, I don't really know what to expect when you say in every area of my life. Like, what if I go to this workshop and you teach me how to build real wealth with my relationships? Well, let's say I already have that down pat. Then I'm going to show up and I'm going to be like, wait, this isn't for me. I thought we were going to be learning about wealth. And even wealth is broad. If you're going to teach wealth, like, I would be very clear. I technically teach wealth to people, but I don't say in my tagline or in my workshops that I'm going to, teach wealth. I'm going to impact you like with real wealth. I say I'm going to help you master your YouTube content and your Kajabi funnels. Like, you see how there's different strategies to accomplish that. So that's my main thing here. Impact with Julie workshop. And I also noticed that we're promoting the workshop at the very top, but like, I would have a strong tagline, like helping person solve problem through method. So for that one woman example, I help women of color to build wealth by trading cryptocurrency. It's very tangible and concrete. And then I would just also make this, I don't think you need to put the times in there. Thursday, September 5th. Okay, that's a bit of time from now. Instead of promoting the workshop from the forefront, I would put the tagline at the forefront, and then we can have something that says, sign up for the workshop with maybe an arrow pointing down, and we can have this link here to the page. They don't need to know in the banner of your YouTube channel the day and the time of this workshop, because they first need to know, okay, what value are you going to give me with this? So yeah, let me know if you have any questions with that. I hope that's clear, and I'm really emphasizing this because I really want this to work for you. I see that there's a lot of videos on this page, and I just want you to get the most for your efforts that you're putting in. And this is how we do it. You have to realize that on YouTube, there's an art and a science. So it's good to be to have our personality in there, to have our unique voice and our authenticity. But if we don't have the science in there, if we don't understand the psychology of the viewer, then it's not going to lead them to taking the steps that we want to really get them that result that we want. Yeah, I think the tagline needs to be worked on as well. Discover how to create real wealth in every area of your life. Let's rework that and get clear on it and put it towards the top here. And let's remove the dates. And you can still have sign up for the next workshop, but let's come up with a better name and not put the day and time on there. Cool. Let's see. Zoom in for the audience so they can read. Julie Murphy is all heart, giving hope to millions to create a new life. Okay, so again, let's have a tagline here. People want to know immediately what you can do for them, not necessarily who Julie is. So Julie is all heart. What does that mean? Is all heart, giving hope to millions. Giving hope about what? To create a new life. What does that mean? Create a new life. I don't really know what that means. It's not tangible and specific. Create a new life. It's kind of again, this is extreme, but creating a new life. I created a new life by moving to a different city, but that can mean different things to many people. They're kind of guessing what that means. Julie's professional. Again, it's good to have expertise in there, but I would put it later in the paragraph, and I would start off by saying what you could do for the viewer. What problem do you really solve, and for who? This is a lot about Julie and her book and how she's giving hope to millions, even though we're not really clear on what that is, and her certifications. Yeah, so let's be clear on that. Let's make this more about the viewer, and let's really communicate how you're here to give value and how you're here to serve them. Let's zoom out here. Well, there's one other thing I wanted to look at, actually. Okay, cool. We got the email. Okay, cool. So we have, yeah, this is good, having the workshop and then the website. I will look at this in a second. Let me just, let me look at your content first before I look at that. Okay, so one thing I recommend is that overall, looking at your thumbnails, they're really great. I think it's really great that you have a photo of yourself in there, that there's text in there. I'm seeing a similar style with this color box, which is great. Something I recommend is, I'm just really looking at it. We have a very diverse color palette. So we have all a bunch of colors of the rainbow aside from red. It looks like it's a lot of purples and blues and yellows. And then here we have, now we have reds. I really like these colors that you have here in the banner and in the profile photo, this purple and kind of beige orangish color. I think that looks really nice. And you see how it doesn't mesh well with some of this. Even on your website, we have a lot of purples. I would stick to the purples. I think it's a little bit, and again, everyone, this is just for the psychology of the viewer. When you stick to similar colors and fonts and styles, when your video shows on people's homepage, then they just associate it with you much quicker and easier. So if people like Julie and they see that, they're more likely to click on it. But notice how you're very small in here as well. So if I really like Julie and I really connect with her face, but some of these thumbnails, I'm mainly seeing some other person, Julie's very small, and my brain doesn't pick up on the colors, then it's less likely I'll click on it. So I wouldn't recommend that we have some random other person in there, because your audience, these close to 2,000 people, aren't recognizing that person, they recognize you. And so what you could do is you could be the one holding the money. You could be the one, making that yay pose, instead of like having you tucked in the middle here. Just that one thing alone will make a huge difference. And I understand what you were trying to do. You were trying to have like a photo on one side and then you, but instead of, again, having you in the middle, like we can have you on the side, because another thing that the brain is doing is the brain groups. Notice, everyone, how in this review, most of what I'm talking about is human psychology and not the YouTube algorithm. If you want to be really good at YouTube, read some psychology books. Like it's great to read YouTube books and business books, but if you really know psychology, man, like that's going to bring you ahead of the game. Back to psychology. So the brain is, when I look at this thumbnail, it's grouping. So what I mean by that is, when I look at this, there's 3 things to pay attention to. We have text, we have this person, and we have you. There's 3 groups. And so the more groups there are, the harder it is, the more calories the brain has to use to try to determine if this is a video that they should watch. Sometimes if there's so many groups off the forefront, then the brain just gives up. If the thumbnail is too busy, it just doesn't even try to figure out what it's about. Like imagine that. Imagine a thumbnail with all these different like images and all this different text, and it's just too much. So I would recommend that. And also, we have some noise going on in your thumbnails. I see what you're trying to do. You want to brand your thumbnails by having with Julie and that little symbol, but it's really not needed. It would be better if you took out with Julie took out that little symbol there and made this text bigger so that it was easier to read. Remember that people are going to be looking at your thumbnails mainly on mobile, 70%, 80% of the time. You really think that that's easy to read on mobile? You see how hard that is? I can't read any of that. Honestly, when I look at this, maybe this is just my brain, but the easiest one for me to read is like the white text with the purple. I would recommend that we stick with this, because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just my eyes and because I have contacts in, but it's really hard to read the green and the yellow and the blue. I think purple's the easiest. Maybe in the comments people can share what they think is the easiest, but I think it's purple. I think everyone's brain is a little bit different. So, but yeah, let me know what you all think. But yeah, let's make the text as big as we can so that people can read it. Let's have 3 to 5 words of text. You see how this one has too much and it makes it look very crowded and hard to read? Let's see something. Okay. Notice how some of your most popular videos have clear, simple, easy to read text. Look at this one right here. This one's interesting. Follow your intuition. That's easy to read. Yeah, no, yeah. So you see how like these are, look at change your life. Julie, like just looking at the text, you can see it's not hard to determine why these did better. Oops. Okay. Okay, let's look at your videos here. So again, I don't have time to watch these, but what I would recommend is I wouldn't have your chapters towards the top. I would have them towards the bottom, just because like this isn't giving YouTube, like what YouTube does is it scans the first 200 keywords and it picks up stuff like financial life. I think you could just have more keywords. Like for a video about are you living your dream financial life, we want keywords like financial life, wealth. What else? What are other keywords that relate to this? Bookkeeping, managing your money, like those types of keywords we want towards the top. In YouTube's like algorithm and also in people's minds, financial life doesn't like always mesh with negative vibrations, frequencies. You could have a different video called the vibration of money, the frequency of money. I've seen videos like that, but there's a little bit of we're giving YouTube some mixed data with this. And also, again, we want to have it towards the top so that YouTube scans that as the keywords. Okay, so discover the power of heart-centered approach. Join my free workshop. Okay, cool. Make sure in the video that you're telling people about the workshop. You're telling them about your free book. So it's not enough just to have the links in here. Let's make sure that they work as well. Good. You want to actually tell people to go there. Excuse me. So yeah, you want to tell people to go there. Perfect. And I'm sure you're doing that. I just don't have time to watch everyone's videos. Cool. Shorts. Awesome. Stay consistent with shorts. Help build your wealth from the inside out. Yeah, just be consistent with shorts. It seems like you're doing that already. I believe that you could be going live much more. So maybe you can make it a habit to go live once or twice a month. Maybe you could set a schedule so that you can engage with your audience like I'm doing right now. Cool, we got a podcast, playlists, communities. Awesome, so you're engaging in here, which is great. And those of you who are watching who are not Julie, just notice how she's running different polls. She's posting different photos. She has links in here to her offers. Yeah, this is great. This is good that you're doing this. When you're doing this, everyone, I encourage you to encourage people to leave a comment if they have questions, just so that you can start conversations with people in the chat. Because that's where a lot of my conversations with people started. Like I didn't even know that I had like a certain person was tuning into me until they left a comment and engaged. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so I also want to briefly look over your funnel. So just be careful with these. Some people find these pop-ups a little bit obnoxious, especially because like that pop-up, like what does it really accomplish? Because when you exit out, it's the same offer right behind it. A lot of people find pop-ups very invasive, because if I'm on here and I'm trying to read and I don't know where it is, I thought I refreshed it, but if that just disrupts me, like it throws people off. Like think about it, your brain's focused on something, trying to read, and then this thing pops up and it's like a total disruption. And honestly, it annoys a lot of people, and most people just try to exit out of them, and then they never even click out. They just exit out of the whole page. So I don't think it's really needed. I'm not saying it's always bad. Sometimes it's good if there's something called exit pop-up. So sometimes it's good if people are trying to like leave the page, but just be careful with that one, especially you, because it's the same offer behind it. Yeah, so choosing love asked a good question. When you say consistent with shorts, do you mean how often you post or make them visually consistent? So when I say be consistent, I'm referring to how often you post. So it's good to stick to a schedule. Typically around 2 to 3 shorts a week is good. There really is no set amount. Honestly, when you get shorts appearing in search, you don't even have to always create them, because you're always getting views on those shorts. So I'll give you an example. Like if you type in how to stop anxiety, like oftentimes, oh, look at that's one of my clients right there. She's appearing towards the very top. This is what I want for all of you, to be appearing towards the very top of search. But I'm referring specifically to shorts here. We want your shorts to be appearing in search. If you look at this, like she posted this video a while ago, look at how many views it's continually getting. So when I say consistent with shorts, I mean posting them on a regular schedule and have the goal for them to appear in search by having keywords. That's really all it is. Like if you put how to stop anxiety, how to stop overthinking, something that's very search-based, you can appear in search. You want to be search-based versus viral if you're running a business. Because if you just say something like, I don't know, like this person had a crazy anxiety reaction, you see how that's very like viral-based, education-based, it's not going to grow the business. Okay, so back to you, Julie. It's a little, sorry to get off topic, but back to you. Transform your financial destiny now for free. Interesting. Get my debt and cash flow worksheet. Okay, so we got that. What does freedom? I would encourage you to have your video towards the top. I don't know what this is about, this video, but if this is giving people an overview about what you do and how you can help them, I would encourage that to be towards the top, and then you can promote your free money worksheet later on. Yeah, we would want this. Again, let's refrain from impact my life now, because it's just not like concrete for people. Let's say something else like I like transform your financial destiny now. That could be better, but we could even be more specific. again, I've been going through your stuff this whole time, and I'm not exactly sure what financial strategies you teach to people. Like, do you help, like, that's something to think about. Like, I have no clue. Beat debt and break the cycles. It'd be nice to hear what your processes are. So, for example, I met someone else this past weekend, and they were teaching how to beat debt, but they had a specific whole life insurance strategy. So I know their strategy, and now I know who to go to if me or myself know someone who wants to take that strategy. But I'm really not seeing exactly how you help people, like what your strategy is. Oh, that's cool. You're featured in all these things. That's nice. So if you all photos, yeah, still feeling empty. Yeah, this is interesting because when I read this seems almost like a different niche. Because I thought you were teaching about finances and stuff, but then I see here you're still feeling empty, unhappy, and stuck. If we could tie this back to finances, that'd be effective. Do Julie's new book. Cool, you got a book. That's nice. It's your time to choose. Yeah, let's just be more specific here. And I also think that we can organize your offers. Hold on, what is this? Okay, here we have blog. So you have quite a few offers here that are sprinkled across the page. What would be better is, and again, I'm going to use mine as just an example. Like, notice how on mine it's clean because I just have one headline. I have a video, and underneath it I have offers. Like, it's very organized. And then I even have more stuff. Like, I have my freebies, 1 hour session, my events. You see how it's very clean, and you don't have to try to dig to search for something. It's just all organized in one place. I think of it like a menu, kind of like a menu at a restaurant. That's what these are. They're like menus versus like trying to, it's very like sprinkled, and things are just kind of placed everywhere. It's not as organized. So yeah, if you want any help with that, let me know. I don't think that you were here watching me live, Julie. I had your assistant, but if you would like help, I'm happy to get on a call and we can discuss this even further, because I know some of the stuff is hard to watch the recording for. You likely have questions or would like to point out something very particular to me. So cool. Let me just look at something here. Alrighty. Here, let me just pull this up. Alrighty, let me know who wants to go next in the comments. Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure, Abigail. Yeah, be sure to show this to Julie because I know that you were here today and not her. Alrighty, so if anyone wants to go next, let me know. Otherwise, I didn't even use a bowl today. That's so weird. I usually do. I have a few other people that I can do. So I have Hannah O'Neill, Novia Reed, Dr. Muriel. Are any of you here so I can do you next? Zan, we already did. All right, let me know. I'll give all of you a second. I think we had one other submission. I think we had. Okay, cool. All right, I will pick someone at random then. Let's do Dr. Muriel. I don't think you're here right now, I believe. Yeah, I don't think you're here. I think you might have mentioned that you're going to watch the replay, which is totally fine. Again, these typically are more valuable when the person's here, just so that we can interact and engage. But if you have any questions, Dr. Muriel, afterwards about this, just let me know. Feel free to shoot me an email or leave a comment down below on YouTube. Alrighty, Dr. Muriel is next. And it's so funny because this is another person in the finance niche. Here we have a channel about investing. I teach Muslim women why and how to invest. Julie, if you're still here, or Abigail, your assistant, notice how it's very clear in her banner what problem she solves and for who. She's very clear on the who. She's focusing on demographic, which is Muslim women, and she's showing them why and how to invest. You see how this is much more clear than what you had before with just saying impact workshop with Julie. We had no idea what that was about, but when I look at this channel, it's more clear. And that's why, everyone, you want to be clear, because we just had two channels in the finance niche, and they're both in the same niche, but just notice that they're helping different people, different demographics of people, and they might have different strategies. Maybe one teaches a getting out of debt strategy, another one teaches a how to invest strategy. It's still the finance niche, and that's why you want to be very clear and specific. So really great job, Dr. Muriel, with this. Something if you have a specific strategy for investing, I would put that in here. So let's say I mentioned I met someone at an event and she was helping people to invest in crypto. So there's many different investing vehicles. So if you could be clear on that in the banner, that'd be really great and effective. You could put crypto, or there's so many different ones out there, like stocks. You can put, I mean, NFTs, like the list goes on and on. So maybe you have, like, at most I would promote 3. And that honestly depends on what it is, because you could have different pillars. I have seen finance channels where they're talking about like crypto and then stocks and some other investing strategy, and they're all like Roth IRA, and they're all separate. But if you have one, that's even fine. I just wouldn't go beyond 3. That's when it gets a little bit too much. Cultivating a culture of investing in Muslim families. First thing I want to say is that this pink doesn't really stand out against the green. It's very what's the word? Kind of like a pastel color, and they're kind of blending in visually. Seems a little bit blurry too. That's definitely very blurry. So maybe we can re-upload this with a higher resolution so it's easier to read. Cultivating a culture of investing in Muslim families to give them the tools and strategies to create generational wealth and some more. If we were in an elevator and I asked you what you did, and you told me, I cultivate a culture of investing in Muslim families to give them the tools and strategies to create generational wealth and some more, I would be like, wait, can you repeat yourself? Because it's kind of like there's a lot there. And if we could shorten this and make it simpler and sweeter, it would be much more effective. And I believe that it would be easier for you to remember and recall it. So that's what I would recommend. And something as well that I'm just noticing across your whole channel is that, like, your face is very small here. Like, your face is very hidden. I don't know if there's a reason behind that. If you're not comfortable really blasting your face out there, I totally understand. That's a different conversation. But if you're open to it, I would recommend that we have a photo of you here just to humanize the brand, because we have these graphics. You see this is a graphic. This is an animated graphic. If we can have more human in here, it'd be more effective. Like, when I look at this channel, I'm not taking it as seriously, just because honestly, of those features, I don't know who the face is of the brand. And honestly, these thumbnails aren't landing too well, just due to it being very difficult to read. Like, you see how small this is? And also we have like these black boxes to the left and right. It'd be better if we had like more like thumbnails that took up the whole space with a picture of a human face in there that's bigger. And here, let me show you something. Let me duplicate. If I type in, let me find someone in your niche. I'm just going to put 2 keywords for you because I want this to be aligned for your niche. So I want you to notice, this is a good example, the Islamic wealth secret. So notice how there's a human face. Notice how there's text that's easy to read. This is what I would love to see for you. So if you're comfortable with showing your face, if you're not, that's totally different. But if you are, like, this would go a much further way versus this right here. This one just looks more professional versus this, and it's too hard to read. Like, notice on mobile, it's just very small, and there's not a chance anyone's going to read that. So take that into consideration. I'm on a mission to spread financial literacy amongst my fellow. This is a good tagline. Spread financial literacy amongst my fellow Muslim women. Good. Money is appreciated, and we live in the biggest economies in the world. I professionally consult and help Muslim families. That's really great. It would be really nice to hear how you help them do that. Like, are there certain investment strategies or vehicles that you could say? Remember, I gave the example of whole life insurance. Like, that's one debt strategy that some people use. So if you even said, I help them create generational wealth through this specific method or strategy, you're going to get much more traction with this. So yes, let's really work on the thumbnails here. We can also work on the titles. Where I buy gold bars. Interesting. Your shortcut to investing. The Costco effect. I think some of these could just have more keywords for your niche. Like this one, like, I would have no idea just by reading this title that you are in your particular niche if it just said get rid of the BS stories. Like, the BS stories about what? I would be very clear. The BS stories about making money or investing money, saving money, so that we're attracting your right audience here. I'm just curious what your most popular video is. Yeah, notice that your most popular video even had it had text in there. There was nice images of human faces. Why you should hire your children. That's so interesting. There's definitely intrigue in this. So that's why this video did really well. Same, like this one could be better, but same thing, look at human face, there's text. So let's do more of that. And there's just one last thing I want to make sure that you're doing here. So I mentioned before that I don't have time to watch everyone's videos, but I would recommend in all of your long form videos to have a call to action telling people, hey, if this is valuable, I encourage you to go to my website where I offer, you could say, I have a free weekly class. Sign up for that if you found this valuable. We want to actually say calls to actions, and we want to have links in our descriptions. So I'm seeing for your links that we don't have that. And so we're not bridging the gap between someone discovering you on YouTube versus someone actually going to your website. So let's talk about your website now. Begin investing with spare change. Interesting. So just know that if you do this, just be aware, because you're likely attracting people by saying this who don't have a lot of money. You're likely attracting people who are just very in a tight financial spot. Because what if someone was a Muslim woman and they had a ton of money to invest? Let's say they had thousands of dollars in the bank, but here just says spare change. So they might think, oh, like she must be helping people who are financially struggling. But we just want to, I would get rid of that and I would maybe replace it with something else. Like begin investing today, or just something like that. Something else would be good. And I see here that we have a video. I would recommend that we put that video here, and then you can still have this text here, but let's have video be over here. Book a consultation. Let's see what that looks like. Your map to financial independence. Register now. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so it's good that you're charging for this. You could even in your YouTube videos say something like you could mention specific offers in your videos. So in one of your YouTube videos, you could say, hey, if this was valuable, click the link down below to book a free consultation, not a free consultation, to book a consultation with me. And you could take them directly to this page right here. I wouldn't take them to the homepage. I would put this specific link in there. Let's see what else you got. Register. Awesome. Yeah, so it's good that you have offers on here. Biggest piece of advice is I want you to imagine that every word on here is costing you $50. Let's say every word you put on here is gonna, you have to pay $50 for it. Imagine that, because I want you to eliminate as many words as you can. There's a lot of text here. There's a lot of text in this button. There's a ton of text here. It's just a little bit overwhelming in those areas. But for the most part, I think you have a solid website. I think this can be moved towards the top. It just seems like there's a lot of options on here. Like these look like what are these? Oh, this is a blog. Okay. So what I would do is, there's a lot of places for them to start and to book. And I encourage you to create like a clear menu. Look at, we have a consultation, weekly class. Notice how on my website, I have like a clear menu of what I offer. Look at freebies, 1 hour session. And if they click on freebies, for example, it takes them to another menu. And that way my homepage isn't too crowded, because I'm also an affiliate for a bunch of stuff. And look at this, even the books, there's a menu within a menu. Check this out. So you can have something similar. I think your homepage could just be more organized. And same thing with some of your landing pages. Like, oh, this isn't so bad. This is actually very clean. I think that this would be higher converting if you had a video on there. So just these little things. I just wanted to give you some advice today. There's no way I have time to go through all this right now, but I just encourage you to go through these pages, make sure that they're clear, the wording. I would put videos in here where needed, and I would imagine that every word is costing you $50. If you would like more help with this, let me know. We can get on a call and you can ask me questions and we can really dive deeper into this. But you can even just feel free to email me or leave a comment down below. because I know you weren't here, and I just want to make sure that you're making the most of this feedback. So just let me know how you found it, and we will go from there. Cool, cool, cool. Who wants to go next? Let's see. I think I'm going to do Hannah O'Neill next, unless somebody leaves a comment. I think Hannah O'Neill was the one in Australia. I think. Oh, no. I clicked on her YouTube channel, but it's not opening. Okay, let's go to her website, and let's hope. Yes, she has her YouTube linked. Okay, good. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to do Hannah O'Neill next. Let me know, Hannah, if you are here. Entire screen. Okay. Here we have Hannah O'Neill, right? This is Hannah O'Neill. Yep. Hannah O'Neill, the Suburban Witch. Discover the magic. Hannah, the Suburban Witch. Learn the tarot. Okay, so first off, I'm squinting with this. This is hard to read, so I would choose a bigger, bolder font. And I wouldn't use this cursive here. I mentioned before that cursive really doesn't work too well anymore, especially because they're not teaching it to younger grade levels. I think in most states, maybe in some states they are, but I don't even use cursive a lot. Like, they taught it to me in school. I was the last grade level, but then they stopped teaching it. So I never even used it. So I even struggled to read cursive. So I don't really know exactly what you do. So discover the magic. Hannah, the Suburban Witch. Learn the tarot, develop your intuition, empower your life. Okay, so this gives me a better idea. I would put this text towards the top because discover the magic doesn't tell me what you do. I would honestly get rid of that because I don't think it's accomplishing anything. Maybe we could just have learn tarot to develop your intuition and empower your life. That would be a more concise tagline that we can have. And then you can have with Hannah, the Suburban Witch. Something else that I recommend, this might seem very small, but I've learned that it makes a big difference. I would recommend putting your face for the profile photo, because on YouTube, when people look for people who they're subscribed to, YouTube is probably the hardest platform to try to find someone, because it's not like it's not like on Instagram where you could like type in someone who you're following. You actually have to like search for them in the search bar, and all these other channels get bombarded with it. Or a lot of people just look here. And so if I'm looking for someone, a lot of people are just looking at the icons. So your audience of 13,000 people likely recognize your face. Now, it'd be different if like some of these, like most people have like human faces. So something where it's a human face, solid background, like something like Jade Beeson, like we could see her face, solid background. That's much better. Look at Ryan right here. These types of icons aren't as good. She's different because she's in yoga, but notice how we can't really see her. We don't want messy backgrounds. We don't want to cut off our foreheads like these two gentlemen. So yours, I just worry because it's a little bit, I imagine it's going to be hard to see the SW when it's so small here. So just that alone can help you a lot. Just that your subscribers can find you. It's also just a good impression. I was mentioning earlier how your YouTube channel is like a house, and your profile photo is a representation of you. So I just think having a nice picture of your face would be more effective. Plus you have a nice face. It would go well right there, front and center. Cool. Another thing is that I would recommend that we have your name here. Instead of Suburban Witchery, let's put Hannah the Suburban Witch. That's going to really stick with people. Like we're kind of similar because my brand name is Ari the Creator. Ari the Creator. That's what people remember. You have the niche for your profile name. It would just be easier to find you if we put Hannah the Suburban Witch. And let's really promote your name. I didn't watch your videos. That would just take me too long to watch everyone's. But if that name starts to stick with people, that's what they're going to search for when they're looking for your channel. So let's have that be in there. And then let's really put a tagline. Here we just have Hannah the Suburban Witch, making witchcraft fun and informative. Intuitive tarot was already. Making witchcraft fun and intuitive tarot. I think it would be good to put, you are in Australia, I knew it. I think it would be good to put the tagline that we mentioned earlier. So learn tarot to develop your intuition and empower your life. That would go well right here. because this is important, because this is what people are going to be reading. This line right here, making witchcraft fun and informative. I think we could really incorporate the tarot in there. Okay, so moving on with your videos, I'm noticing a lot going on with your branding. I'm noticing a lot of colors, a lot of fonts. The only thing that helps me to recognize this is your channel is your face in some of these. But honestly, like these thumbnails, looking at them individually, if I were to look at them side by side, I would have guessed that these are all from different channels because we don't maintain consistent branding. And I understand that you likely want to have variety, you want to make it fun. However, just remember that we're working with human psychology, and if it's hard for me, if I love Hannah the Suburban Witch, and I subscribe to her, and I see this thumbnail and I recognize it, I associate, like, my brain associates you with your branding. I think of the blue and the pink. So if this comes up on my feed, I may not recognize it as you, or it's going to take me more calories, more brain energy to recognize it as one of your thumbnails. And just as a general rule of thumb, your thumbnails are very busy. Less is more. Like, this one's got a lot going on. And it would be more effective if we deleted just some of these little elements on here. Like, we don't need subscribe, Suburban. Like, you see how this is just creating noise? So I would try to clean these up, have consistent branding, and I bet you that you're going to get more viewers returning to your stuff. Like, even this one looks so different. And I would always have your face on there because your audience recognizes your face. And it just makes thumbnails like this much more appealing. Because it looks, especially because you're talking in it. You see that? So it would just humanize it much more. Let me look at something. That's an ad. Okay, so check out my class. Okay, good. So it's great that you have a call to action. So in the video, just make sure that you're telling people, like, hey, if this was valuable, then check out my class on using tarot for energy protection and insight. So you have to actually tell people to click on the link, so just make sure that you're doing that. But I wouldn't start the description off with your link. I encourage you to start with keywords. So keywords for you are witchcraft, books in this case. Maybe there's more that you can think of. I would start the description off with those keywords because YouTube is analyzing those. And then afterwards, you can have your links. And again, less is more. There's a lot of links here. I see here that you have like watch next, but I find that like maximum 4, like 2 to 4 links in the description is just more effective, because if there's less options for people to pick on, then they don't have to use brain energy to figure out, okay, which link should I click on next? Because there's so many. So you can eliminate some of these links if they're not necessary. Like, even these aren't clickable links. I don't know if you noticed that, but I see here you have your courses, socials. Okay. Yeah, I would, like, for example, if you don't mention your psychic quiz, like, there's not really a point in having it. I would just eliminate it, because we want your video to funnel to particular offers. If you try to funnel people to like 10 different pathways, just increases the odds that they'll actually funnel there. Alrighty, so I do want to look at your funnel, but before I do, okay, you got shorts going on. Cool. So you went live before. I would encourage you to go live more often and treat these like long form videos, because you want to have like a solid thumbnail on there, especially if you schedule it in the future. Like this video, for example, the one where I'm going live right now, I scheduled this like 2 days in advance so that my audience could see it as coming soon. And having the thumbnail on there just makes it very more appealing. It's like a regular YouTube video. If it has a thumbnail on there, they're more likely to click on it. But yeah, I would encourage you to go live more, because it just builds deeper connection with your audience, and it will funnel people way more effectively to your website and to your offers. Cool. Podcast playlist. Awesome. You're engaging in here. Phenomenal job. Let's look at your sites right here. Let's get witchy. That's funny. Let's get witchy. This is so funny. Are you a baby witch, or just curious about spirituality, tarot, and all that good stuff? Yeah, this is definitely fun and playful. So you have your personality, your art in here, which is great, and I encourage. There's some science in here that we can have. So remember, to get a landing page to work, you do want art and science. The art is the playfulness, the authenticity, the fun, but we also want to have some science in here so that people actually convert. I don't like the word converts, that they actually take advantage of what you're offering. So in terms of the science, I think we could be, I'm just reading this again, let's get witchy. I think we could be a little bit more clear from the get-go about what problem you solve and for who. Like, let's get witchy. It's fun and clever, but when I land on a web page, I want to know, am I in the right place? And so having a headline that says, helping person solve problem or reach desire. So you could have something like, and again, I'm not too familiar with your terminology in your niche, so I'm not exactly sure what baby witch is. So you could say something like helping beginners, or whatever is the synonym for beginners in your niche, helping beginners, and those, maybe something like helping those new to spirituality to maybe to learn tarot, or with tarot, like something like that. Like, yeah, like helping newbies to spirituality master tarot. Like, I'm just brainstorming here, something like that, so that when I read that, I know I'm in the right place. And what I'd also recommend is a video here. That's another science aspect that you want, because that increases conversions very significantly. So you can even have a video that says, "Hi, I'm Hannah. This is what problem I solve and for who. I encourage you to take advantage of my readings, my classes, to explore my shop." Really talk about how that will help them to solve their problems and reach their desires. And then you can tell them more about you and what makes you the expert. And you could be, that's the science that you want to have, but make that as authentic and playful as you want. Just make sure that you're hitting those points in there. Yeah, we don't need to have this in here. Hello, Hannah, the Suburban Witch. It doesn't really accomplish anything. Like, it'd be better to start with this and make this bolder. Make this like the main headline of this section. Yeah, let's see here. Are these buttons? Cool. Book or reading. There's a lot of options on this page. This is a little bit overwhelming. Maybe you can have some type of quiz, and they take the quiz, and then it tells them which of these. Oh, you do. Hold on. How psychic are you? Actually, just kidding. It's a different quiz. There's a lot of options on here, and I imagine some people are overwhelmed. Take the class. Mentorship with Hannah. This doesn't look like Kajabi. I thought you were using Kajabi. Anyway, how to read tarot. Yeah, this is less overwhelming. Mentorship. Okay, yeah, this is nice. Let's see. What I would recommend for this, instead of having it be 888, like, I would just simply have people apply. Because I used to offer coaching like this online, and I just got much more traction when I set up an application and I just responded to applicants saying, "Congrats, you were approved. Here's the link to mentorship." Or I would, if it was like a really high ticket thing, because I sometimes do like funnel builds, and I'll do done for you, like YouTube customization. If it was something like that, then I would get on a call with them, like a 30-minute call. And I don't want to say sales call, but it's kind of like a discovery call, so that you can customize a plan to work with them. I'm sure maybe your mentorship is customizable, but I'm just saying that telling people on YouTube to apply to your mentorship versus sign up when it's a bigger price tag is just a bit of a jump. Maybe you could even create like a lower ticket membership, something like $27, $97 a month, versus like these one-time offers. That's something I think you would do really well with. Like, imagine instead of just having one-time master classes, you had like some type of membership. If you really want to brainstorm that, let me know and we can talk about that. Because like, I've seen people like you where they're offering like one-time stuff for like $80 here, $800 there, and it's nice, but you're sitting there in uncertainty every month knowing how much you're going to make, versus if you had a membership and let's say you had 100 people paying you $97 a month. It's like, okay, I can estimate that I'm going to make $10,000. Did I do that right? Sorry, my brain's getting kind of tired. 100. Yeah, you can estimate that you're going to make like $10,000 unless somebody cancels, but it just helps you to be more stable as an entrepreneur, because you're not worried every month. I don't know your situation or if you rely on this to pay your bills, or maybe you do. Maybe you want to go full time with this, and that alone can really, really help you to do that. Again, if you want more help with that, let me know. I'd be happy to guide you. I wish you were here live today. It would have been really nice to interact with you, but let me know how you found this. I'm happy to continue the conversation with you. Yeah, you're in a really fun niche. I wish I understood it more to give you some more direct advice, some more keywords, but I think I got the point across pretty well. Cool. Alrighty, so does anyone else? I have 2 people signed up. I have Novia Reed and I have Alana. So if either of you 2 are here, just let me know. I know a couple of you wanted to go earlier, but you do need to fill out a form in advance, and I'm not seeing a form submission from you, unfortunately. But it's okay. You can always do the next review. Everyone, I used to be very consistent with these, and then I got really busy with just life and business, and so I had to take a little bit of a pause, but I'm committed to doing these once or twice a month. So I can always do it during the next session. And if you make changes to your channel and you would like me to review it again, guess what? You can get another one of these. So yes. Alrighty, I'm going to do Novia Reed, and then we're going to do Alana next. Because I know Alana said she couldn't be here, but that's okay. Because you all can watch the replay. Cool. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anyone else. Yeah, this was a really good session today. Big diversity of niches. Cool. Let's do Novia Reed. Novia. It's a pretty name. That means girlfriend in Spanish. Novia Reed. All right, this is right. Let's see. Novia Reed. Yeah. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. Novia Reed. Regain your core with Novia Reed. What does that mean? Regain your core. That can mean a lot to different people. If you're in the health niche, someone could say in the health niche, I help you regain your core, because that's kind of like you help them build their abs. Regain your core. I don't know immediately what niche you're in. I don't know what that means. So clear is better than clever. So I encourage you to really think of what problem you solve and for who, and to showcase that in the forefront here so that people aren't guessing. I would even consider having your name here, Novia Reed. Let me see what we have here. Hi, and welcome to my channel, Regain Your Core. Here, let me zoom in. Dr. Novia Reed, licensed clinical speaker and writer. I created this channel to encourage and inspire others, specifically women, to regain and live their identities, cultivate healthy relationships with themselves, and practice holistic self-care. Okay, so this link isn't clickable, so I would remove this. It's already down here, so you don't need it. A little bit confused on why you have 2 websites. Yeah, it's a little bit confusing why you have 2. I would imagine that your website and your coaching program are under the same umbrella, under the same link. So that's a little bit little confusing. You can support your coaching programs. Yeah, so I encourage you to come up with a clear tagline. Something like, I encourage and inspire others. Maybe you could say, helping women to regain their identities. I'm just trying to think here. So I'm trying to really wrap my head around what you do. Yeah, you could just say helping women strengthen their identity, cultivate healthy relationships, and practice self-care. And that can be your content pillars. So your niche can be, it sounds like it's personal development, and those can be your main pillars. And so if that's the case, let's put a nice tagline here with that. And that way people will know immediately that they're in the right place. Awesome. Cool. Regain your core. Hi, and welcome to my channel. Okay. I think we can have a better profile photo. It's better to have a solid background, and also you're not centered in this. It just doesn't come off as professional. So just something else to consider. I was mentioning earlier how, it's better to have, notice how Ryan here, it's like a nice headshot with a solid background. That's more professional, and that's what we want for you, just so that people take you more seriously. I was giving this feedback to Chanta earlier. She was like the 2nd or 3rd channel that I reviewed. But notice how we're using the same thumbnails over and over. And so it would be more effective if we didn't do that, because you want to maintain consistent branding, but you want to have variety. And so what I mean is like you want to stick to the same fonts and colors. However, it'd be better if we switched out the photo of you. So I'm looking at these and I'm seeing that you're talking to the camera. So having like a bigger photo of you here with text that's big over to the side would be just much more effective. It's even like, notice how on YouTube, notice how there's like a little timestamp right there, and that's covering a lot of the text in your thumbnail. So people actually can't even read part of what you're saying, and that can affect whether they click on it. So I encourage you to take some headshots of yourself and to use that in the thumbnails, and really study your niche. So for example, like if you're posting a video about ChatGPT, like this isn't typically the thumbnail that would do well. Even if I go to YouTube and type in ChatGPT, like you see the difference in these thumbnails. Like look at this. This is a good thumbnail. Like you could see a big picture of him. He's pointing at clear and simple text, simple logo. That would be much better for you to have like a bigger photo of you pointing at text. So it's good to study these. Like you see how these are effective thumbnails? Like this is what we want for you. I'm not saying it needs to be exactly like this, but just like a clear image of you. I could barely make out your face in this. It's so far away and it's tiny, especially on mobile. It'd be way too small. So let's really have bigger text on here. Let's showcase you, and let's stop using this photo. I would even encourage you to go back to some of these old photos, some of these old thumbnails, and change out the photo. It's just not good psychological wise, because I said this before, but I'll say it again to you. If I see this video from you and I watch it and I like it, and then on my homepage, it keeps recommending these other videos to me, I'm going to think in my head that I already watched it just because it looks so similar. And so, yeah, that's what I would encourage for you. And let's just have bigger and clearer text. And another thing as well is I'm noticing that you're putting the same text in your thumbnail and in your title. So it's just better to not do that. Just so that so it's better to have like keywords in the title and to have text in the thumbnail that complements it. So for example, in the title, we can have something like how to start over in life. That's more search based. There's more keywords in it. And here, let's actually look at that. Let's not guess. Let's think. Look at this. Notice how this text could complement that type of title really well. The art of starting over. You can start over. This is what we want for you. Just so that you see how it's like more complimenting, and you see how that would actually lead someone to want to click it, because just repeating it doesn't really accomplish anything. You want to make the most of the space that's in there. And just that alone can help you rank better in search. So just a little side note, everyone, I do need to go in 10 minutes. Alana, I know that I said I would review yours, but I do need to run. I didn't realize that this would take me so long. But I'm just getting that little notice ahead of time. Something as well is your niche is a little bit splintered here, because like notice just the difference in topics we have. We have ChatGPT is at capacity. We have self-dating. Like there's just a lot going on here, like holistic self-care. So I would just if you're gonna stick with what you explained in the about section here, then I wouldn't talk about things like ChatGPT because it's just a little bit outside the realm. I would encourage you to post more shorts. Let's try to strive for 1 or 2 shorts a week to start out. And let's also be more consistent with your long forms. I see it's been, well, before this video, it was over a month since you posted. So let's just be consistent and let's post more in the community tab here. This goes a long way for people, and I would even explore going live. You have 176 people, so going live with them is just going to build a deeper connection. It's going to allow you to answer their questions. So yeah, I wish you were here so that we can interact. But if you have more questions about that, let me know. I do want to briefly go over your website. So I would recommend that we have a video here instead of a photo of you. This doesn't really accomplish much. Are you a woman yearning to regain her authentic self? There's a lot of text on here. So I would recommend that we shorten this. Oh, here's the video. So that's the video we want to move towards the top. And I would recommend that we shorten this. Maybe we can create these into bullet points. Here, let me show you something, because there's a certain format that you want. Like, notice for this page, I have like a headline, video, and then I have bullet points here. Now, I know like we're in different niches. You can brand yours the way you want. So that's not so business and masculine, if you will. You can make yours more feminine. But that's like the general framework that works really well. Explore programs. And notice how I have to read through a lot before I get to explore programs. So if I was on a mobile phone, I would really have to scroll and go through a lot of stuff before I get to your programs. And so if I go under programs, then I have what you offer. Feel free to look at my own homepage, even though we're in different niches, because notice how like I have that on the homepage, and it's good just to showcase that in a menu, as I call it, and a nice menu, just so that it's more organized and people can find your stuff. So let's see what else we have here. And again, these pictures don't really accomplish anything. It doesn't really tell me what the course is about. So I would even have the graphics on here communicates to what you're doing. Okay, so I wish I could continue with you, but if you have any more questions, let me know. Especially after you watch this, we can continue this conversation and I can help you further with the web pages and stuff. So again, I don't have much time, but I can try to do Alana really quickly. So Alana, I'm sorry, this might be a little bit rushed, but I didn't realize that this would take me so long, and I do need to get running soon. But yours is pretty easy to do. I don't think yours will take too long. What I recommend for you, Alana, is first off, I'd recommend that we create a banner. So on this video in the description, there's a link for a free Canva banner template. If you download that, I also give you a video for how to use it. And so I would include a banner that gives people a first impression, because remember, the banner accomplishes that. It's the first impression that people have. So we want that to really communicate what you do. And then let's see, let me get rid of that. Oopsies. Okay, so another thing as well is career and lifestyle developer. I think we're part of a community together. So if you change niches, let's have your channel really reflect that. And I think you created a new tagline, and it's related to helping construction workers with their business. So let's really put those keywords across your banner here in the name of your channel. And yeah, we could brand this a certain way so that it's really appealing to that demographic. I'm imagining yellow and orange colors would do really well. We can talk more about that later if you want. Profile photo, this is a good photo, but notice that your head is cut off. So if your head was like right here and it was more centered and not cut off, it'd be much better. Yeah, so I think we pivoted niches since, and so I would just have everything reflect the new niche. So I would have, yeah, so let's have a more consistent tagline here. So we can have something like helping construction workers to transform their professional lives, or something like helping them to add X amount of revenue per month. I think this needs to be updated, but let's have like a clear tagline in the beginning, because that's what YouTube displays first. And then we can have more about you and your expertise. And I think we need to update this link. Just as a general rule of thumb, it's not a good move to have dashes in your URL. So I would consider upgrading that. And just your thumbnails overall, like these are, like it's better to have like a picture with some text and a graphic. So like this one is good. Like, what is life coaching? You see how we have an image of you and some text. So that, like, let's keep that throughout these. They don't have to be like exactly like this photo, but maybe we could take some headshots of you and include them. So I'm just gonna go here and type in construction business. So look at these thumbnails. Like, this is what we want. We want a picture of you with big and easy to read text. So that will just help people understand what your video is about and encourage them to click on it. And I know you know this, but we also want to have keywords in the title. So how to start a construction business with no money. That would be like, these would be good types of titles. And I know I know you're likely switching niches, and some of these, like, let's just make sure we're really speaking to that. so that you're growing that business and that brand. Shorts, I would just encourage you to post more shorts related to your niche, obviously. And Alana, I think we might need to have a follow-up discussion about this, because I know some of these videos are much older, and let me know what your goal is with this channel. Because if this is more of like a fun channel where you don't really want to use it to grow the brand, then you could do this as a hobby. But if you want it to grow the business, then I encourage you mainly to study other YouTubers in the same niche and model them and get inspiration from it. Alrighty, everyone. So those are all the channel reviews. If you would like me to review yours next, if you're watching the recording or if I didn't get to you, fill out the form down below. Really briefly, if anyone wants more of my support, I do have my YouTube Business Accelerator, and this is where I can offer you group support, one-on-one support, or if you need more help with creating the funnels and more of the tech behind it, or maybe you need video editing, I do offer that as well. Me and my team are happy to offer that to you. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me. That's down below, or you can leave a comment. But yeah, you can simply apply. There's a form down below for the YouTube Business Accelerator. And when you apply, I'll read your application. We'll start a conversation so that I customize the right plan for you, and then we'll go from there. So thank you everyone for watching. Really means it, especially you. You've been here, Kaden, ever since the beginning. So way to stick around for 3 hours. Alrighty, everyone, thanks for watching, and I'll see all of you soon. Bye.